Pathfinder, Carrion Crown. On the way to the third chapter. So I think last time you guys wanted to come back to the store, maybe to talk to this guy about the cloak, right? Is that where you guys left off?
Well, that was at least one option for sure.
I think we were resting, fully resting, and then doing that.
Okay.
Unless if the immediate group wanted to do something else. I'm kind of curious why the thing we sold is a maze under a house. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you. I'm just waiting for you guys to tell me what you guys want to do.
Yes, no, maybe so.
I wouldn't mind seeing if we can sell it to him a second time.
I told you the reasons that was a bad idea.
Why was that bad again?
Because, again, giant evil chest appears with the thing on top of it. Giant evil chest then mysteriously disappears with the thing on top of it.
So should we hold off until you have more of our friends around?
He doesn't know me.
Do we not want to at least find out if he knows it's missing and has
Oh
an
no,
idea of where?
that I'm fine with. However, selling it back to him is a bit of an issue.
Play that part by ear then.
Uh-huh. Your ears, not mine.
Where is it actually at? Or we left it down there, didn't we? Because we didn't have a means of
No,
transporting.
we did not have a means of taking it back.
There was talk of finding horses.
Hey, you have a new undead pet, right?
I do, yes. It's a 10-foot skeleton with 4 arms.
Clavicle, I love it. That's perfect.
Sorry, what was the name?
Clavicle.
Oh, nice. So if that's our first initial business, you guys alright heading over there? But not sure how we're gonna open up the conversation, or what are we trying to get from him, really?
I'm gonna
Just
leave
seeing if he
that up to
knows.
the charismatic
Hey,
person.
Sergo, thank you for the sub.
Stay far, far back.
Thank you for using your Twitch Prime, subscribing to my channel. Thank you.
I could sell it. He doesn't know me.
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Maybe
Yep.
a dashing rogue,
Oh god,
but,
so happy,
not
Zergle.
so dashing on looks.
What a good day that today was.
But you are persuasive.
So I guess we're gonna head over there then, and not sure who wants to start talking.
Do we want Shad to try to sell it to him?
It'd be funny to watch, but
I can sell.
who's going to watch or trying to get information? I guess we can just wait and see what happens.
I'm gonna stand outside on the other side of the street
Yeah.
for the inevitable.
Oh, for sure, Zergo.
Do you want to sell or do you want to get information?
I know, right? This took way too long.
So many tempting avenues.
You know what my preference is.
Well, for one, we would have to dress up a zombie or a undead to carry it in there again, right?
True, and this would be a significant clue as to who was behind the sale.
Yeah.
You've been away for a while. I've been fine, Zergo. So Talea, you excited? This Tuesday we should have new.
Full information first, then
We
sell.
have more content this Tuesday. We have the pre-patch events finally
Should
happening.
dragged along close by then? Or
Right now, they're about to go speak with Mephistopheles. Why
just
the
trying to
the
save
the evil curse cloak that they sold to Mephistopheles appeared beneath their dungeon
Yeah,
again,
we can do
and
that, sure.
they're not trying to discuss whether they're going to get information or sell it.
So I guess most of us are staying out. Not sure how Shad would open up that conversation.
All right, so you're going. So Shad is the one going by himself, and you guys are just staying out of ear's reach.
I'm gonna
Mephistopheles.
see if there's somewhere I can sip tea on the duvet outside, like across the street, far away from the inevitable.
Why?
Maybe I catch a newspaper.
Why is that funny? So we're ready to. Can I go ahead and change scenario here? You guys ready?
Let's do it.
I like to stealth outside.
All right. So you approach the store of Ephes or himself. What would you like to tell him?
Who went with? Did anybody go with me, or is everybody at the
And
house?
everybody left you alone.
Okay. Nobody told me what information they wanted me to collect, and I don't know anything about this cloak.
I thought we were going to stand outside the store, or that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Well, you two are outside the store. I want no part of this.
Shad, just go ask him
Okay.
that you want to buy a devouring cloak. See what he...
Devouring cloak.
Yes.
Okay. Am I on here yet?
Just drag your character there.
I am. Yep.
Hang on, let me get the music ready.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, not that.
All right.
Should've
Hello,
been a-
sir.
He says, "Well, hello there. Haven't seen you around in a while."
Shad is new to town
Oh,
and would like to buy a devouring cloak.
you would like to buy one? Well, I just happen to have
Yes.
one.
Excellent.
He snaps his fingers and it appears within the pentagram that you're standing on.
How much?
Be 250,000 gold. That's usually what I sell them for.
And do you have a means of assisting with transportation of this?
Well, I would assume if you have the means to acquire such a precious item, you would also know that it's not safe to carry, so you also already procured such means to carry such an item.
I do not have that. I was hoping to also acquire that here. I'm curious to know how you store this.
I see. Well, if you sign this contract, I can certainly have somebody carry it for you.
And what does the contract entail?
Well, for the small price of your soul, I will gladly carry this cloak anywhere for you.
And who is Shad promising his soul to?
Well, you really do not know who I am?
I said I am new to town.
Well, let's just say it's a really swell guy that wants your soul.
Sorry, what? I missed
A
what you
really
said.
swell guy.
Well, swell. What kind of swell would that be, exactly?
Well, some people, he goes by very different names. Sometimes Mephis, sometimes Mephistopheles, Devil, you know. He's been around.
Mm-hmm. And what might he want to do with my soul?
Oh, gee.
Well, are you actually using your soul for anything right now?
That's a very good point. Soul is not a large driver of my daily decision making.
Nice.
But nonetheless, I can't help but feel this might not be a good idea. I'd like to know more about what selling my soul to Mephistopheles entails, and what your relationship to him is.
Well, let's just say we are close acquaintances. And you can benefit greatly. I could even just give you the cloak for free, seeing as you're already carrying it.
Come again?
Isn't that what you came here to? You came to buy the cloak that you found in your friend's dungeon? Isn't that why you brought this cloak to me?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I told you already, I'm new to town.
Mm-hmm.
Quietly sips tea across the street in the cafe. Well, the Mets won.
Well, I'll definitely overlook the fact that you somehow found a way to acquire the cloak that I've legally bought it from you and your friends. If you just sign this and give away your soul, you definitely can keep the cloak.
I think I'll have to pass on that. As like I said, I don't have a way to transport it, and I'm not looking to sell my soul at this time. But I'll keep in mind if I'm looking to sell it in the future that that is a currency that you accept.
Fair enough.
I'll try to leave.
You can leave. You can also tell your friends that are just sitting outside that they're more than welcome to step in. I'm not here to harm them.
Guess he's seen past my 30 stealth.
It's like I'm psychic and I knew exactly how this was gonna play out.
Well, we had to try.
What we?
So I guess I'm talking to Midril. Who else is there? Midril's there. Outside. I'm outside.
Major
now.
and Nosk.
No.
Wow. Do you relay all that?
He works for Mephistopheles.
He is Mephistopheles, but they don't
He
know.
wants my soul, but who doesn't want a piece of shad?
Of course, that's what he must have meant.
Yeah, that makes a smile a bit.
So you said he
Well,
had it with him in the shop again.
Yeah, the red circle thing on the floor that's also in the basement and the other place, it just poof.
That's a bit concerning.
Also, he knew that it was in the basement of the place.
Should we ask more questions or hold off for another date? I imagine I would want Nagy to know this pretty much, that he knew, that we knew, that we all know.
I'm very curious as to why he has a teleportation into our basement.
Likewise, should we all head in
Go
there,
up.
or is Nagy still staying out?
I've got a newspaper at the cafe across the street. I've completely ignored this point.
And are we able to sell the Gargantuan axe, or even like move it over here throughout us three? Or did we leave that back as well?
Shad could probably drag it.
Probably. What is it? Oh, the fancy axe? The
Yeah.
dude had? I thought
Probably
you said
like-
that was too big to fit out the door. It's gargantuan, isn't it?
He was, but I don't know about the axe.
Yeah, the axe he could drag
Well,
out,
the
but not the
axe was-
skeleton. He cannot get out by himself.
Okay. I don't even know who would buy such a thing, but Shad can drag.
Alright, are you guys gonna get the whole party here, or one person just wanted to talk? I mean, who wants to do the talking?
I'll probably take a couple of us to get the axe, and I guess us three are going in, or you can open productions with the axe selling and ask more questions.
Shad can drag, and Shad can be quite debonair, but you have to tell him what you want to know.
Barley futures are up.
Yes, we'll go get the axe, I suppose, and on the way we'll go tap on Nagi and tell him that our brilliant ruse has failed.
Wait a second. You're telling me that he didn't buy it?
Not the second time, no. It was going to try and sell him that ridiculous axe that the Minotaur had.
Hopefully it wasn't his Minotaur.
What's the name of the town we're in, by the way?
Lepistad.
Okay. I'm gonna put the copy of the Lapistad Herald under my arm and continue on with them.
Okay. Alright, so put yourselves on the map there, if you want to.
It's amazing what finds its way into the newspaper these days.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need like a strength check or anything for moving the axe?
No, for you can just drag it.
Just-
Nagi,
Okay.
you do see one of the headlines in the Lepistad Herald say, missing workers in town have gone increasingly higher. Authorities are investigating.
Try that one more
It
time.
on the Lepistad Herald it says several workers have been gone missing around town. Nobody has any clues. The authorities are investigating at the moment.
Article by Mitchell, when did Timmy get pen and paper?
I don't know what he does in his spare time. He's a very independent child.
Uh-huh. We're gonna have to talk about his freelancing.
Alright, so you guys drag the axe here.
So I guess us three are heading in, or all of us?
The three of you. I always like to keep one foot out the door.
Okay, so welcome. See, you're back now, and you actually brought your other 3 friends.
Acquaintances, friends, small details.
Don't be shy now. I don't bite. So I see you found Nagarak's axe. I see. That's impressive.
Yeah, we're just casually enjoying our home, and bam, we found this. It's kind of odd find.
But it's even more odd because I remember setting a small guardian trap to guard my treasures. They use the same axe. That's something else. I'm more puzzled is how did you guys manage to find the maze to begin with?
I think we're gonna have to have a discussion about our zoning.
Zoning?
Yeah. I think we're gonna have the town come out and perform a land survey, because your maze falls right into our dungeon. It seems like the two are intertwined a bit.
Yeah, I didn't want to be the one to.
Yeah, I wanted you to do the thing.
Interesting. So it seems like you finally found the entrance to the maze, huh? It was beneath your dungeon all along.
Beneath, ahead, above, within the same planar space.
See, when I built that, I could not figure out how to add an entrance to it. It seems one of you might have accidentally stumbled into it. That's quite unfortunate.
Well, it was our miners first.
So why exactly did you build it in that space under our house?
Well, I just picked a random spot beneath this miserable town. It didn't actually meant to be beneath your house. Wait, you have a house here?
Sort of, kind of, yes. Let's leave it at that.
It's a work in progress.
I'll tell you what. Since you were so kind to point out the weaknesses to the maze, and you actually found the guardian, clearly defeated the guardian, and took his axe, and you're here trying to sell the axe that for the guardian that I sold, and the cloak that you sold to me, trying to pawn it back to me.
In my defense, I told him it was a bad idea about the cloak.
I'll actually let you guys keep it. You can keep the cloak, but I'll buy the axe off your hands.
For the axe.
How much for this axe? Let me check it out. If you don't mind just putting next to that circle there again on the floor.
Don't do that.
Shad holds on to the axe.
Oh please, I'm not gonna
Nice.
teleport it. I'm just appraising. I can't see it this far.
If
Then
it was
you can
already
come
your
over
axe
here.
worth.
If it was already
How
his
big
axe,
is the
why is he
circle?
buying it off of us, Mitchell? Put the axe in the circle.
possession is 9/10 of the law.
Yes, and ability to murder your patrons is the other two.
But he's worse at math than Shad.
Better at staying alive.
1 second. I'm actually looking up the price of the item because I forgot how much it was worth.
Well done.
Did you bring your new skelly friend but disguised?
No, he's guarding the house. We have Shad to drag things now.
Well,
Shad is good at dragging.
not devouring clothes.
You don't know. You did not give him a chance.
Nice.
Okay, seeing as this item is quite hard to find, I can give you 18,000 for it. Now, normally somebody would pay 16,000 for it because that's the half cost of this would normally be available for 32,000. So, but I will give you 18,000 because you clearly pointed out a nice flaw into my supposedly hidden maze.
And what guarantee do we have that you won't take advantage of that flaw?
I could just teleport the whole maze out, or you can keep the maze. I mean, obviously, with the second you solve it, you seem to have a direct path to the exit, so it's kind of useless to me. So you can keep it.
Interesting.
So it's useless to you and to us because we solved it, but will it work on other people?
Well, if you do wish to work it on other people, I can certainly show you how.
What would that cost?
Oh, that's free of charge. I like you folk.
Well, if we're just
If
giving
you-
each other courtesies, you should hire better guards.
Of course, and he gives a hearty laugh.
So,
I can show you the magic words that would bring the maze back to life, and you can deactivate or activate it at will.
and the teleportation runes are how you port items back and forth.
Oh yes, and you can have this as well if you like.
Does that teleport living things?
I accidentally teleported the guardian there. I didn't mean to, but yeah, apparently it does. They just don't survive the trip. They come animated as undead, apparently.
Well, that is interesting.
No.
So you said that's also for free?
Yes,
Continuation of business.
of course, yes. You all seem to be very good at procuring very rare and obscure items, so I'm always on the lookout for those.
Seems like a very good way to generate an army for Necro Lady.
And that benefits all of us.
Indeed.
Does it though?
That's exactly why I'm giving you this for free.
Hey, don't we have to talk about what the
I'm
paladin
suspicious
said?
of that.
No, we do not. Be quiet, None.
Maybe for later.
Why do you want to help us again?
Well, because you seem to we seem to want the same things to this world.
The only thing Shad wants are things that are good for Shad. So what is it that you want?
See, we're once again same line of thought. I just want what's good for me. You want what's good for you. We're all aligned. I love it.
That is a satisfactory answer.
Is this guy pretty dashing? I'm starting to like this guy.
That's what he looks like.
Like Doctor Strange.
I didn't think about that, but yeah, he kind of looks like Doctor Strange, doesn't he?
That's pretty strange, actually.
Oh crap! Didn't realize that.
How much for your cape?
Oh, that is definitely not for sale. You couldn't afford it in 5 lifetimes anyway. Trust me, somebody has already tried.
Oh wow.
And where are they buried?
Oh, they're no longer exist in this reality.
Fair
They tried to steal my cloak.
Well, we accept your offer.
Splendid.
So we
Here is the words you need to
Shed.
say should you ever want the maze to reattach itself and go back to its full power. All you have to do is say, Mephistopheles, I need your help.
Okay, is there a check I can make to make sure that he's not giving me something else?
Knowledge planes. It seems to be a pretty legit contract.
Whoa, contract.
Sorry,
like,
pretty
is
legit.
it-
So used to doing this to you guys. No, not a contract. It's a pretty legit spell.
contract in words.
Seems to be what he says it is. Okay, and is the his teleportation portal, like, can we move it?
Yes, you will be able to summon it at least once a week. It takes a while for the energies to recharge, but should you want the pentagram to appear, you simply draw on the floor. Use any blood of any kind. It doesn't matter if it's animal, if it's person. I mean, I know you're a necromancer. You probably have plenty of blood around.
Oh yes, that's not a problem.
Does it recharge faster on human blood? Or the blood of the innocent? Anything along those lines?
Now that you mention, yes, blood of the innocent, you can use it once a day.
Excellent.
Ooh.
Yeah,
And once it's active, we merely have to push people onto it and they're automatically transported and killed.
Exactly. It might be a small price for the person who gets pushed into the circle, but it's none of your concern, right?
No, it isn't.
No. I assume you mean their
So-
soul?
Yes, I guess Mr. Mephistopheles would get there, so.
Oh yes, that's fine.
Well, with using this, we're just feeding something else. Because we don't have another exit to gather things.
The undead, the animated bodies, I assume, would appear down in our maze, and then we can harvest them.
That is correct.
Well,
Lord Mephistopheles would be very pleased with this accord. And you're not even paying for it, your victims are.
Is there anything else that we could do for Mephistopheles in trade for gold or items of interest?
Well, should you find any desperate souls in seek of who need money or fame or glory, send them my way, and I'll point it in the right direction. Should any of them, come through, I'll send you a message. I'll let you know that I've been successful, and you might get random rewards every now and then.
What's your name again?
Ephes Omeselft.
was that the
What's your
first-
store called?
Ephes Omeselft store. I mean, what would you think my store be called?
Something easy to say and remember.
Ephes store?
Ephes store. Okay. Good enough.
Is that the original name?
Yes.
And okay, quick huddle. Are we okay with selling the axe for 18,000?
None of us can use it.
Yeah.
Unless somebody wants to permanently enlarge me, and that would be great.
We'll work up to that.
Well, if it's magical, sometimes they shrink to your size. Yeah, I don't know about that.
I think that's only one size down, though, isn't it? I would have to drop like 4 sizes.
I'd say it's a pretty good win. Technically, it wasn't really ours to begin with, but
He draws a little schematic, the proportions of how the pentagram should be drawn. He says it's not 10 feet by 10 feet. He gives it the right angles, how the pentagram should be drawn. He draws a circle, like they should be drawn just like this. He gives it the exact amount of blood. He draws the precision, like he has like the handwriting. His handwriting is just so precise, like you're almost envious of how well he's writing on this piece of paper and just showing to you this is how it should be done. And he explains everything in detail. Should you want to put a candle just for ambiance, you can do it too, but it's not necessary.
Okay. Excellent.
Decent intellect, but I don't know about if wisdom is to recall stuff.
Can we take the pic? Like, does he let us take the graph for reference?
You can take the piece of paper, yes. He just gives it to you, but there's no need to sign anything. I'm not taking your soul.
Yet.
You're gonna give me plenty of people to come by and be very pleasing to somebody else.
Too bad all them miners were wasted.
Oh, trust me, they were not wasted.
Okay.
Yes, that's what she said. They were not wasted. They're thunder strikes.
Good to know.
And he just casually picks up the axe and tosses it in the fire.
Where does the fire go?
Oh, you do not want to go there.
I don't want to go there, but I do want to know where there is.
We call that the sixth plane of hell. Do not go there. It's not very good for your health.
How many planes of hell are there?
7.
Wow. News to me.
You guys literally just saw this random shopkeeper grabbing that axe that Shad was barely dragging. He just grabbed it like it was nothing and just tossed it into the fire. And it disappeared. And he gives you the money. Would you like that in coin, gems, precious artifacts?
Do you have a glamour?
A glimmer?
Glamour. Are you using a glamour? Are you actually humanoid?
Well, I am who I am. That sounds very eloquent for for Shad.
I'm not sure how to balance the fact that he's really stupid but super charismatic.
You can convince people to do it whatever you want them to do, but you're not able to put that into words. Like you seem to have to be able to like this. Think of those like old cartoons where you have like the overly muscular warrior, and he would always like give that smile, and people just fall over it for it because of the high charisma.
Okay.
I don't know if that works. I mean, I'm just thinking away here.
I'm just thinking of every other paladin.
Paladins are usually super flowery and wordy. I don't want to make him flowery or wordy exactly, but I'll find a balance of sounding stupid but convincing eventually.
Apparently, you've never played a good paladin.
I'll smirk and say you could always give him a handshake for the transaction.
Sure, he gives you a handshake.
Nope, not Shad.
No, not me.
Not Shad, he doesn't.
I was just suggesting that.
He also points out, saying, Mr. Nosk, are you aware that you are carrying a cursed dagger?
Wait. I thought I didn't have a cursed dagger.
Well, whoever sold it to you definitely screwed you over. You're not going to be able to get rid of it, not even if you try to give it to somebody, as you can try to do it now.
What's cursed about it?
Well, let's just say this is beyond your knowledge at the moment.
I think I only have the fire dagger at the moment, right? I don't think I bought the lightning.
Saw the curse on that one.
He points to the flaming burst dagger.
Well, it's been treating me pretty well, I think.
Alright, well, you can keep using it, but I sense a horrible curse upon it.
Is this the sort of curse that harms him or those around him?
Yes.
So, how would I go about getting rid of this if possible?
Well, see,
What if we cut off your hand?
that's the tricky part. The last time I saw somebody with this dagger, I've never seen anybody survive it. They've tried everything. They tried killing the person holding the dagger came back to them. They tried to get rid of the person holding the dagger person came back to them, undead.
Interesting. That was some of my first thoughts.
Now, here's my suggestion. Since you won't be able to get rid of it, just do not use it for the time being until you figure it out.
Sounds like a good idea.
Who knows about the curse?
Well, I've run into a group that tried to sell this dagger to me, but they couldn't. No matter how hard I tried to drop it and to sell it, they just couldn't get rid of it. So I recognized that dagger.
Who was that?
There was a. They said it was like a local agent of the Thieves Guild that came by here, and he was trying to sell it, but he couldn't sell it to me for some reason. But apparently, somebody said must have figured out a way for him to sell it because apparently he got rid of it because it's in your possession now.
I wonder where he got all these items from. Because he seemed to have more than one cursed item that we knew, at least.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I do like an insight check when we feel this information.
Yeah, you can do a sense motive if you like. I know that's what you meant because inside is a different engine.
Sorry, where's it at?
Under skills.
Nope.
You seem to think that this guy's legit.
I guess I will take his advice to not use it. I appreciate the info, but wondering if he could procure knowledge
Absolutely.
even for cash
Hmm.
or other.
Should I find something? I would definitely reach out to you. I know how to get to you guys.
Through our basement?
Well, it's your basement now, isn't it?
Well, let's just say we're neighbors.
And he just pulls out a scroll. See, I have a scroll sending. I can always use it if I need to reach out to you and if I find out something about it.
I'm sure we'll.
What would we discuss the price on, depending on what you find out?
Well, if the information is good, we can talk about that later.
Does he sell any like basic items? Even though I'm a little.
Yep, he sells pretty mundane stuff and regular items. You can buy stuff for him all the time.
I would want to replace the dagger, even if it's with just a basic. So I have two weapons.
Well, I just happen to have an identical dagger to the one you're having, but sense the curse.
Yeah. Do I believe him with it not being cursed?
Sense motive?
Probably won't be able to.
I was going to say, when he pulls it out, can I do a spell check on it?
Spellcraft, you can. You believe it with all your heart and ask what a sense motive of 1. Spellcraft mid-roll. Yeah, actually, the item seems to be exactly what he's telling you. This is a +1 flaming burst. Just like the one he's got, but doesn't have a curse on it.
What?
Very strange. This guy seems to be telling the truth.
He happened to have a +1 adaptable composite longbow.
Absolutely. He snaps his finger and it appears on top of the table.
Is it cursed?
What is with you people and curses? I'm trying to make a living here. He's
Well, seems like everything I pick up is cursed, so I like to be a little picky and choosy on how I want to go out.
yeah, seems to be what he's selling. +1 composite longbow, adaptable longbow. Do you happen to know the cost of that?
It should be. I think it's 3,500. 35. Let me double check.
This guy's not the blacksmith, right? He's just a merchant.
Just the merchant.
Okay. So I was gonna say you guys got some weapons made from him, but no.
Okay.
All right, we have a deal. And 3,500. If you have the money, he'll gladly take it off your hands.
3,400 GP, and we each got 4,000 some odd after last session, right?
Is it 3,400 then for the? Sure.
Oh no, everyone got 666 gold. I might have not. Okay, never mind. I don't have enough for that right now. I don't think.
You guys also just sold the X
you-
for 18,000, so
Oh, that's true.
Because that's like 3,000 a pop.
yep.
Okay, then yes, I will take that. Thank you.
Man. How much would the flaming dagger from him cost? Because I got it pretty. Yeah. I'll ask about the identical flaming dagger, I guess.
And he asked you, how much did you pay for it?
It was almost given away, which I probably should have not taken it in that case.
You might be onto something there. Maybe if you try to find an unwilling victim, an idiot, somebody else that would buy it off your hands, you might be able to get rid of it if you try to sell it cheaper than it's worth.
Wonder if we have any more miners around. How much would yours be?
That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking up the price for that right now.
You still do have at least one miner, right?
Yeah, you guys are constantly hiring replacements.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to betray our best miner. Ooh, look, go sell this.
A peddler or merchant on the road.
Hang on a second, I'm checking right now. Okay, so a Flaming Burst is a +2 bonus, so it is a +2 weapon equivalent. So that will make it +2 weapon cost 8,000. So 8,000 gold would be the full cost.
Flaming Burst is a +2, but it has to already be at a +1 to apply Flaming Burst, so it's +3.
Oh, you're right. So 18,000 is the cost.
Sorry.
I forgot how much we had. I know we have a lot, but
Well, the group are distributing the gold. I'm hoping you guys are keeping track of it because I am not.
oh yeah. Sorry, I put the money.
How much money?
For you guys in chat, do you guys see the name of the character?
3,000 today.
Ephisomiselft. He's a anagram for Mephistopheles. That is Mephistopheles that they're talking to.
It's divided by 7, isn't it, or was it 6?
Oh yeah, you're right. It's 7. You guys are 7 players now.
It is 2,571 plus some silver.
Just make it 2,572 each. That's fine. This doesn't have to be that precise.
I might have to get back to him on that. I can't find where Olsen put my extra cash in my bag of holding because I couldn't hold on to it all.
He also says, well, should you give me a couple, if you send a few souls down this pentagram, we can take off a couple thousands off the cost.
We'll probably definitely do that here and there.
Great. Well, unless there's anything else, I'm sure there'll be more customers coming by anytime now.
All right, are we ready to head out?
I already booked it.
I guess for now, because I'm pretty sure I have the money, but I'm going to hold off and just buy like a simple working dagger.
Okay. Yeah, just give like He has a +1 dagger if you just want to buy one of those. That'll be 2,000. Or you just want to get a regular dagger. That's fine too.
Can I have Mitchell look at this just +1 one?
He says it's guaranteed to not be cursed. He says.
Sorry, I'm having internet issues.
I am too. I can't get anything on my sheet to respond to me.
Yay, roll 20!
Okay, yeah, that's what's doing to me.
I'm gonna try to reload.
Okay, yeah, take it. Go ahead and take your time.
But sorry, I will try to get you a spellcraft.
You said how much for that? Just +1?
That's 2,000 gold.
Alright, I can for sure do that.
Whatever the problem is, it looks like it's specific to roll 20.
Like that.
Yeah, a lot of people play Roll20 on Saturday, so it's usually very busy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, things are lagging.
Weird. Oh yeah, things are weird on Roll20 right now.
Yeah, I can't adjust anything.
Right?
Anyway, that's your spellcraft.
Yep, seems to be what he's saying. It is +1 dagger, just like the one he wanted. So would you like to buy it? It's pretty much what he's saying it is.
Yeah, I guess I'll take it. And it's just a +1. I just have to get rid of the fire stuff on my weapon then. 'Cause I've just been using the weapon as a +1.
Gotcha. Yeah, so just you're gonna have to figure out a way to get rid of it, but at least now you know.
I appreciate that, and hopefully, you know, find something as well. I look.
Of course. He takes your money, give you the dagger, and you guys are good to go. So do you guys want to head out to start book 3? Anything else you guys want to do in town or in your house?
Ready to go. Are we buying horses?
Oh, I'm assuming I bought at least a couple clippers of arrows from him.
Yeah, he just gave you those for free, pretty much.
Okay.
Gave you like 60 arrows.
So the axe we sold back, or sold to him, are we going to split that with the whole group? How much was that for us?
2,572 per person
Okay.
as a 7-way split.
That works then. You said the +1 dagger was 3, or
A +1 flaming burst dagger would be 9,302 GP.
Isn't a flaming burst a +2? So wouldn't that just be 18,000 for the whole thing? If you were to buy it.
It is. So it ends up at a +3 price point,
Right.
and then, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, 18,302 GP.
Yeah, if you're wondering if you can ride a heavy horse skeleton, you should be able to. Yep. Does anybody have any skills in ride? Or is it? Is there a right skill, or is it just handle animal?
There is a red skill.
There's a right skill.
95% sure there's a red skill.
There is. Yeah, it's separate.
In that case, I will be walking.
I second that emotion.
Although I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe if you have a horse draw a cart, you make a handle animal. It's only if you're riding the horseback that you make a ride check, I think.
We own neither a horse nor a cart.
Okay, fair enough.
I thought we were summoning magical horses for transportation. Or do we not have?
Linda can do that. Can I just have my large skeleton carry me?
You sure can. You're a necromancer. You can tell your skeleton to carry you all the way.
Well, how long is this travel?
It's,
Or where are we heading?
you have to go southeast into the Shudderwood forest. It's quite a walk. It might take you a few days to get there. So it is assumed, of course, that you guys buy enough rations and water skins. I'm not gonna make you guys do accounting for that, but I assume that you guys are intelligent enough to get the resources for it.
Alright. Do we want a cart? Or a couple?
Walking
we
is
just-
good for the heart and the exercise and all that good nonsense.
Alright.
Alright, so do you guys want to set first thing in the morning, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the day? Do you guys want to hire any guards for the house, or you're just good to go? Cricket.
Crickets.
It's still probably midday today, right? We slept and came right over.
Mm-hmm. You can leave as soon as you want to. I mean, or you guys can leave in the morning. It's up to you.
Will we tell the few miners who are left to stop digging and just house sit for us?
Will do. They all seem very happy to hear that. We'll get paid to just sit here and sleep. I'm perfectly fine with it.
They're mining, they're digging, they're working. Nope.
Well, and to make sure nobody unauthorized enters our house or messes with it.
Of course, of course. Okay, so you guys ready to go?
Why not?
I'm game for whatever, unless we want to wait a day, see if we get new recruits. That I can pawn off my curse dagger,
Okay, hang on one second.
Wise to pawn it off on somebody who is in our house.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Well,
Is it wise to pawn off a cursed dagger which will kill everyone in its vicinity to somebody in our house?
yeah,
I
true
mean-
enough.
Isn't that your house? Isn't that the whole point of the house?
Interesting.
Alright, so as you guys remember, you did receive that invitation to the lodge, the what was it called? I'm sorry, Escanor Lodge. You guys received, like, Karamak handed you that invitation to the Escanor Lodge. You can only go inside by invitation. He tells you the shortest path to go would be going through the Shudderwood forest. You could take the very long way around, but it's definitely a lot more dangerous. Would you guys like to do the long way around or take through the Shudderwood forest?
Forest is always fine. Nothing bad ever happened there.
Alright.
Have you been there before?
Alright, so first day, nothing out of the ordinary seems to happen. Until about day 2, like as the night goes by, no problems at all. Day 2, about halfway through the day, you run into this middle of the path. Seems just a random barrel in the middle of the road. No reason at all. There's just You guys are just coming from the west side. If you want to put yourselves on the west side here, just put your characters on the west.
It's not even a broken down tree. It's just a barrel.
Just a barrel. Which is very unusual. You guys have been walking for a day and a half now, and nothing this bad, just random noise, animals and everything. Nothing to now. And suddenly, there's this random barrel in the middle of the street, the middle of the road.
We do Trump. Well, I guess we have to. Would we have to move it, or?
Yeah, go ahead and place yourselves on the map if you want to. Like, I just want to know where you guys are at this way. We're coming from the west, following the path.
Technology is failing me.
Would you like me to drag your character for you? There you go.
Once we've seen that, can I do a quick layout in the trees around us?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Okay. I thought your pet was a bad guy for a second.
Yeah, I guess you would have been around the corner, like around here, before you saw the barrel. So, a 20 perception. There's something spicy here going on here. That barrel is just too out of place to be here. You feel like there's something shady going on here.
Well, make sure everyone's aware of how do we want to proceed. Seems like something's off. We want to.
Does anybody else want to try to give it a second look, maybe? Anybody want to give a perception roll? Oh, Midra seems to agree. There's something a little shady about this. Sorry, that was Mara. Wow, really? You got all the exact same thing? That is impressive.
Chad, you can take a hit. Do you want to go wander up there and pretend to be an ignorant passerby?
I would love to, but the second I interact with my character sheet, Roll20 stops interacting with me 100%. So I can't get any of my stats to work.
Oof, try opening and closing the browser?
I've tried that 3 times.
Oh, jeez.
I'd like to duck around a tree and stealth and try to move my way up, I guess, slowly.
Let me see if I can open the character.
I'm gonna try rebooting my laptop. Okay. Like, if I restart the browser, I can click to my character sheet and I can drag my character onto it, but then when I actually open my character sheet, it just stops responding.
Okay, I seem to be able to open your character.
Okay. Let me try rebooting my laptop. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Oh no. Crud.
Oh no, what?
It wants me to update it, and it's a Windows 10 machine, so it will not let me restart it without updating it.
Windows 10 probably won't take but 5 minutes.
Alright, well, we'll see.
Alright, Nosk, you seem to be very stealthy on that tree.
Should we wait to proceed without slowly walk up or go with Chad?
I can open your character sheet if you need to, Kelsey, and you just tell me what you want to do and I can do it.
Seems like most of my stuff's working. Just when I try to change
Good evening, buddy. How's it going?
inventories when I lag. That's about it.
I know, yeah, pretty intense night. They've already spoken with Mephistopheles today. It's been
Guess I'll
great.
move up 20 to 30 feet and just look around and see if I see anything hidden.
All right, give me another perception check. I mean, it's kind of. I don't know, I hope you didn't look at this stream because that'd be cheating, right?
No, I don't have your thingy up.
Okay. Yep, you don't seem to see anything out of the ordinary. Just that odd barrel in the middle of the road.
Thinking back to so many bad situations with me going first, I might wait for Chad.
I mean, you are tanking again.
Well, at least I'm thinking I'm stealth this time, so
You think you're stealth every time. That's the
I'm at 26% for the update, but if somebody wants to move Shad in and to check something out, go for it.
major how do you
All right. So do you want your warrior then to go check on the barrel, or take a second, give it a look around?
Yeah, look around and do a perception check.
All right. With a perception of 12, Shad finds his shoes.
What are those?
I mean, I'll walk over towards the barrel, slowly.
This is not going to end poorly at all.
I'll try to stay around 50 feet to him.
All right. You are currently right next to the barrel.
I pull out my axe and lightly tap the barrel with the blunt side of it.
All right. As you do that, somebody sneaks right behind you, puts a dagger through your throat, and I give you and all your companions give all you got, or you're not coming out of here alive.
I'm which person?
Appears to be somebody with a falchion in hand. Behind Shad.
How far out are we in our?
But I'm not
travels?
considered helpless, so it's
I
not like
believe
you
it's
can coup de
sneaky
grace me.
is your perception. So they would probably get a sneak attack on you.
Yeah, I had a
They get a sneak attack, but it wouldn't be a coup de grace.
right. No, you just take a sneak attack, but right now they're saying drop your weapons, give everything you got, or you will not come out of here alive. That's what they're saying. Well, how does the crew react?
Do I recognize these people, or are we far from our town?
You are very far from where you live.
Oh, okay.
You just hear a lot of blades sheeting in the woods now.
Hang on.
Well, Shad's been attacked, so he's gonna drop into the rage.
Or was it just a friendly poke?
He's got a knife to my throat.
It looks like we're doing this. Oh god.
Is anybody gonna say anything, or just gonna go straight into combat? What is the plan here?
Well, maybe to
Send the 10-foot skeleton up for an intimidation check.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Make an intimidation roll, I guess.
Is that a skill?
How about you do it as yourself, and you can say like pretty much like you're speaking through the knife to the skeleton, pretty much like making like a speech, like you not come out of here alive or something along the lines. If that's what you're trying to do, I mean, skeleton won't be able to speak because a skeleton doesn't have vocal cords.
Well, that's not bad.
That's not bad. Let me.
Something to the effect of how not coming out of it alive has always been to our benefit.
Okay, that's very threatening. Give me a second to find their will saves.
Oh, don't scare them off just yet. I want to have some fun with this.
I'm sure there'll be a few left, dear.
Oh, it's always better when you can make an example out of most of them. started well, and then it ended well, and then everything in the middle is kind of like,
Alright, so they all have severe penalties except for some of them. Seeing that skeleton monstrosity had disappeared out of the woods.
Does the one that has the falchion to Shad's neck, was he intimidated or no?
Yes, he's a little distracted right now, staring at the skeleton. The dagger seems to be loosening around your neck. Do you guys just go straight to initiative, or what's the plan here?
All right. Well, I already have my axe out, so
Yeah, I'm just looking at the situation, thinking, yeah, things are gonna hit the fan.
I mean, they are about to get some pretty hefty penalties from that intimidation.
well, I mean, somebody already intimidated them. I don't think I need to intimidate them anymore.
So does anyone speak before actioning? Yes.
I'm just waiting for you guys to tell me.
We could do a bluff and say we have many more of these friends of ours. I'm not sure if you want to stick around. You could always use more corpses, though.
What the hell? What is this? Why do I have a what? What?
Wait, what
You
happened?
roll a natural 20 on your initiative.
No, I know that, but something's fucked up with my sheet. It's saying I have a mod of 0, which I disagree with.
It shows it too, so just ignore it.
There it went. Damn gold every time. Every time I get gold, my weight fucks up. And it screws up all my other bonuses.
It's like the game calculates that for you or something.
But yeah, the damn sheet. It's like I get 3,000 gold. Oh, you got 300 pounds. I'm like, no, try again.
roll 20 is still going unresponsive for me if I interact with my character sheet, which I can't really not do because he is a buff-based character.
I don't know. It's working for me.
Technically, we can only still see one, right?
No, you see all of them now.
Okay.
Here's. Have you tried a different browser altogether, Kelsey?
Right now I'm in Firefox. I'll try Chrome.
Yeah, Chrome is usually what I use.
Last time I tried Chrome, it wouldn't load the maps, but let me give it a shot.
Okay. Well, y'all can start rolling initiatives, I guess.
We already did.
At least some of us.
I rolled a natural 20 and Nuss still beat me on the tie.
Because of course he did.
But
Oh, this character sheet is being annoying to me.
Nust, are you trying to bluff them?
I forgot. Have I actually done talking after I stealthed? Oh yeah, I kind of did. I was trying to add to the scariness of undead.
Mandy, you're on the map twice.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it to acknowledge my initiative. It's not working.
God damn it! Roll 20.
I had a 10.
Okay, I'm just click on you. I'll just adjust it for you again.
Right. Time for the dramatic fight music.
Wow, roll 20 is kind of wonky today, isn't it?
A little bit.
Right, I rolled it for you. I said it was a 10, right?
The first one, yeah.
Okay, who are we missing? Shad. Shad, would you like me to roll it for you?
It's loading. It's just still being really weird. Let me see if I
I
can.
forget if the snake gets its separate initiative.
No, it just goes with her initiative. You can just have her whole army go along this initiative.
So, is the natural 20 going before me?
Natural 20 what?
I thought you had natural 20.
Ah, you still beat me on the tie.
No, I'm just waiting for everybody to roll before I do the descending order thing.
Does the guy who did the talking look a little more important?
For once, they're not a single guy. They're all girls.
Oh, I feel bad now.
I don't.
Can't we make
Okay, I got Shad's initiative, and so looks like we're good to go. All right, Nosk, you are the first one to go, and you are still invisible. Or sorry, you're in stealth, so you could take a 5 foot there and take a stab at one of them without them seeing it.
Is that the music?
No, that's my gender equality speech on how I'm about to blow up 11 banditas.
Ah,
Except I can't find a decent cut, which means there's a bunch of extra.
Okay.
well, sure. I guess I'll. Do we really want to just murder all these females?
Yes. Yes, because they have knives. We do. Wait, we do. Wait. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna. Gender equality!
Yeah, I'm all for that, but I would rather make love than not war.
If they were men, would you want to murder them?
Depends how pretty they are. No,
Oh.
Are you serious right now?
no, I'll try to stab this one.
All right, stab away.
Come on, Nas. There you go.
Okay then. Which one did you attack? The one directly south of you or to the southeast of you?
South.
South. Okay. Don't remember what their hit points are, so I need to pull their character sheets and take a look at it.
I don't know either.
I should have got something. Should have used poisons.
Alright, so with 37 points of damage, you completely decapitate this brigand. You managed to decapitate somebody with a dagger. That's I'm gonna start with a rapier. That's very impressive.
That's impressive with a rapier.
Actually, it was the dagger that did the killing shot. So the rapier just did a stab, and then you just go slish and cut the neck off.
That's still impressive with the dagger.
All right, the one south of Shad is gonna take a 5 foot step and make an attack with a penalty because of the. So I'm gonna subtract one from this attack, but it's taking a falchion with sneak attack. I'll flank attack. So 23. Would a 23 hit Shad?
Yes.
All right, so 13 points of damage to Shad.
Did Chad get a rage before, or like while talking, or not? I forgot.
I mean, that's a DM call, but he definitely would have started dropping into rage the second someone put a knife to
Yeah.
his throat. So I don't know how long we talked
The
for.
trick I would think is if you get the rage, they get the sneak attack.
All right, Nagi, you're up.
No, I'm just walking down there with no hesitation. Like they could have 10 arrows on me right now. I just stroll down Main Street.
Okay, what you're doing?
What do you think I would be doing?
That's what I'm asking, because...
Fair enough. If I focus it there. Sorry, Shad. Oh!
Fireball?
Fireball.
You're centering on Shad or on that larger group to the east?
I'm trying to math out the AoE here. Let's see, 5, 5, 5, 5. Oh, if I focus it here, I get 8 people and Shad. No, 9 people and Shad. Sorry, Shad.
Alright, make reflex saves, I guess. So it's a fireball right there?
Fireball right here. DC 17.
Right on the barrel?
Right on the
That is
barrel.
filled with gunpowder?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Shad, make a very good reflex save.
Shad does not have very good reflex.
It'll be fun.
22?
I do.
Yeah, you're fine.
Alright, hang
Half
on one
damage.
second.
About as good as it gets.
I give a roll.
Hang on, I'm just trying to adjust the circle here a little bit. Hang on.
Gonna need to get Chad new armor.
So that looks about right, the circle? No, it's a little off.
Yeah, that looks about right. It should stop short of. It should stop.
There we go, that covers it. There's a,
Yeah,
there's a
right
20-foot radius right there.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, Shad made a really good reflex save. Okay, roll damage for your fireball to see if I even have to make saves.
Are each square is 5 feet?
Yes. 32, so yes, I do have to make saves. And they do have evasion, so... Shad, unless you have evasion, you take 16 points of damage. I was
Okay.
kidding, there's no gunpowder in the barrel, I was just being dramatic.
I was about to say if there's gunpowder in there, there's also some other damage we have to account for.
That'd have been great.
I figured she.
See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 saves, Jesus. I'm just gonna start from the top. What's the DC for the save, by the way?
17.
22?
Once. No, 17.
17, okay. 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that was all 9 saves. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9, 6.
Alright, first one save takes nothing. The second one failed, dies. Third one fails, dies. Fourth one fails, dies. Fifth one saves, takes nothing. Next one dies. And the last 3 die. So it's 17. 17, sorry. So, there you go.
Sorry, how much damage did I take?
You
there?
took 16.
16, okay.
You're fighting pretty much a group of rogues, so their evasion can completely avoid AoE attacks.
Half a group of rogues, actually.
I guess, yeah. Alright, Shad, you're suddenly no longer have any bodies around you anymore. It's like this fireball just blew up out of the ground. It's surprising.
It's like, where did that come from?
See me like blowing the smoke off my knuckles like it's a 9mm.
What in the world? Why is this all so broken? Okay, well, I will 5-foot step over here and do a
Chat is very quiet tonight. What's up, chat?
make sure my buffs are on.
You're here now? Okay, Falcon.
If it wants to be responsive to me at all. Okay.
Thank you for the sub. Thank you for the 5 months in a row.
Do a full round attack.
All right, the second attack hits, and you do enough damage, but it doesn't kill him. She's like staggered at the moment.
Heal 26 damage.
Wow.
I don't know what happened, but I cannot find the chat. The chat will not open for me anymore.
Okay, quick question. The 14, is that with flank already or not with flank?
That's with flank. Oh no, that's not with flank. That's a 16.
Never mind. I guess she's dead.
I cannot. So I can't see. God. I'm gonna try to reload again. I can't see the chat, so I have no idea what I rolled.
Oh, you good. You killed it. You roll a 14 without the flank, but with the flank makes it a 16. So you killed her.
Turns out 56 damage is a lot.
On that note,
Any questions? No? Alright.
We should have got a cart for all these bodies.
she will move to here.
They'll carry themselves. don't
She
worry.
moved to here, ready in action.
That's
Sorry,
bold
move to
move.
here, ready in action.
Still a bold move, God.
And this one will acrobatics to here. Make an acrobatics for roll.
The fireball seems
What's Chad's CMD? D as in David.
CMD is.
Should be under defenses on the second tab.
Defenses.
Under defense
okay.
values a little bit beneath it.
CMD is 22.
22, so she failed her acrobatics, so you get a free attack of opportunity against her.
Alright.
Unfortunate. There's only way she could get there in the same turn, so.
Alright.
Alright, we have one less rogue. Next one, thinking that was such a great plan. It's gonna do the same thing.
That was a great idea.
Make another acrobatics check. Let's see if I make it this time. Surely enough, she will make it this time.
Well, she doesn't get, Shad shouldn't get another AoE.
Okay, yeah.
Any AO.
Yeah, she just stumbled very badly, but she still got there. But Shad didn't have it, unless Shad has combat reflexes.
Shad does not have combat reflexes.
Alright, and then they will both take an attack now that they have the flank with the sneak attack.
That's useful.
First one misses, but the one who jumped in and failed horribly actually managed to land a hit, I think, with a 21, right? What is Shad's AC?
Defenses. It should be really low right now. Yeah, that's a hit.
Alright, so 12 points of damage to Shad.
Okay. All regular damage.
Mhm. And Myrdril.
I was gonna cast an acid pit
What?
Acid Pit.
right there. Yeah, so right. That one is, and then the one that's right below Shad has to make a reflex save too, because she's next to it.
So is it a 20-foot, it's like a square like this?
Yeah, 10 by 10, and it's 30 feet deep at this level with 5 feet of acid.
Okay,
Reflex and
so they make reflex saves to
Yeah.
avoid it altogether?
yeah, the one underneath Shad gets a +2 on hers because she's not actually like in it.
Okay, the second roll would be the one that's near Shad. It looks like they both made it.
Okay, and they don't get any whatevers from being intimidated.
What's the DC to save the reflex for this? 19. Okay, with the -2 penalty, unfortunately, they will make it still. They just roll really well. I'm sorry, but they didn't move out of the way though, so at least they're no longer flanking Shad,
Okay.
and she has to move out of the way, so she can't even be on the edge, so she just moves out of the way. Okay, and you still have your skeleton if you like. Oh,
He's gonna go hit that one.
it's gonna get a single hit because the skeleton had to move. here I was worried I was gonna throw in 10 of these guys with only 4 of you.
You always underestimate.
I do. And that's why I'm not worried anymore. When I can throw these encounters without having any worry in the world. Alright, unfortunately that 15 will be a miss. Alright, this one next to this skeleton, she's gonna bolt. She's making a run for it. She's doing completely withdrawn.
Attack of opportunity.
Withdraw. So what a withdraw, you don't provoke it. Same with this one, making a run for it.
I was hoping to try to capture one.
Quick, somebody pull a Legolas.
Nosk, you're up.
So we still have 2 nearby Chad. Does one look hurt, or I forgot? Both
Those 2 are not hurt at all. They haven't been hit at all.
Would like half a sentence, like save one for information, be free action or not?
That is entirely up to you. Free action, yeah, it's a free action to say something.
I'd like to move over, and do I have since I moved, I only get 1 attack, right?
You can move around and you get the sneak attack if you like.
Take an opportunity attack.
No, you would go up and then over.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that works. And since I moved, do I attack with both? I forgot. Or just one weapon?
I will do off.
Is your base attack bonus 2 or 1 attacks?
We'll do offhand. I think you still get the offhand attack, don't you?
Oh yeah, no, he gets offhand, but he
Yeah,
takes the
so,
penalty.
Alright, make your attack.
Who's sneaky? So would the second one be a negative something you said?
Your flanking would negate it.
Yeah, so you hit it, do 16 points of damage. Okay, Nagi, you're up.
Yeah, if it was alright, I would have tried to try to save one, but
What's the penalty on called shots?
Should have told me that you wanted to use those because I did have the mechanics for it.
I'll Google it. Hang on.
It's under Ultimate Combat book if you need it, a reference.
Got it,
man, what kind of
No, I
class
don't
you-
want to. I do not want to donate. Thank you. Have a nice day.
My class uses all the freaking abilities.
Call shot isn't an ability. Anybody can do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
No,
never
I
mind.
can't do it anyway. Okay. Oh, this is where we just draw our sword and take a nice stroll. Let's see. 1, 10, 15.
Make a reflex save as you're passing next to a acid pit.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yep.
I thought it was. I thought you had to be in the pit.
No, if you try and pass next to it, you also make a reflex save.
This is easier then.
Okay. Just gonna take a stab at it.
Pretty much. It's a little too difficult to do what I want to do. Although that would be funny. Where's my sheet? Sheet, arrive! Their swords are made of metal, right?
Yes.
Good. Time to use that old favorite attack of ours.
We have one less rogue. Shad, you are next. Did I miss something?
I'm just laughing. I rolled a 5 and got a 20.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know.
Alright. I'll make a full round attack against the one guy left.
Okay. Well, she just became pancake.
All right. This went well.
Alrighty. Would you guys like to leave them run or pursue? Your one hit, your first hit was enough to kill it.
If
I don't think we did catch
if
up.
Shad can see them, he will chase them because he's raging.
Okay. If you wanted to rage through the pit and try to get, you probably could get this one, but you have to make an acrobatics to jump over the pit or fall into the pit of acid, or you probably can't see this one, but you saw one running that way. Would Shad make a reasonable and decision right now, or should I try to jump over the pit in a fit of rage?
Definitely would try to jump over the pit.
Yeah, I saw that.
Stupidly.
What's a little bit of acid?
I mean, maybe we can get rid of it in a minute.
Is it reflex or acrobatics? I'm guessing to jump
Acrobatics
over?
to jump over. If you fail, you make a reflex save.
Okie dokie. Let's fail this acrobatics check.
That even sounds like Shad.
That probably.
You did fail. Make a reflex save to try to grasp at the edge of the pit. You did it. You grasped it.
No, she didn't.
A 19 is 15 is the DC to grasp the edge of the pit.
I thought it was 19.
It's 19 for the spell.
Oh well, there's the 19 on the die. So 19 on the roll. I'm saying thank you for the gifting a sub there, Falcon.
So am I over here or what's going on?
You are currently hanging from the edge here of the pit as you miss your jump, so you're now holding with both hands.
Okay.
Your weapon, however, went flying, and unless it's not in the pit, it's over here. All right, Myrdro, you are next.
Can Clay make it to that one that's right below him?
Sure can. He can actually 5 foot and take an attack because he's large, so he can do a reach attack. So he could actually attack from here. He can take all 4 attacks if he wanted to.
I want him to try and grab her since Nosk wants one alive.
Okay, make a CMB maneuver then.
That I don't think is gonna cut it.
Probably not.
What is their CMD? Let me see. 17. Unfortunately, that does not make it.
Okay.
Somebody in chat, long live the Undead Legion. I love it. Hey Chris, how's it going?
Dave.
Oh, did I take damage from the acid?
No, because you managed to actually hold on to the edge.
Okay.
Alright, well the brigand that's next to the skeleton is... It's gonna...
I
I'm sorry,
No,
yeah, Myrdro's turn, sorry. Go ahead, I'm sorry. Okay, what kind... Is it a fort save?
4 partial.
yeah.
Oh, gotcha, Chris. Very nice.
Or Yorick.
Are they still intimidated? I guess that wouldn't probably matter for Fort.
No, they made the save. The DC there was what was the DC for that? 19? I guess they would fail because they're intimidated. How much damage does that do? Not to be pedantic, but you also need to move around here to get it. The range is 40 feet, so I guess a little bit like this.
Okay, yeah, she would have stepped up. It's 76, and she's also exhausted.
7d6.
I don't think it's gonna survive.
All right.
Good.
All right. Well, she failed. So go ahead and roll the damage. Let's see what we got. She's still alive, but she obviously will be. You have a harder time running now. But she still tries. Will provoke an attack of opportunity from the skeleton as she's trying to run away. If bone guy wants to hit clavicle. Clavicle.
Clavicle.
Clay misses. Are you sure you're not using the right one? You go to their attacks. Actually, put a claw attack there. That doesn't seem right. That's pretty low. There you go, 14. Okay, that's still a miss, but off the.
No, that was right. It's +5.
Okay, all right. Well, unfortunately, it's a miss then. And the second brigand bolts like you're out of range. She's out of range right now. Nusk, you're up.
What terrifying spell can I use? Fuck here.
So, all are dead besides the one that ran around the trees, right?
Yeah, technically two made it. One ran away. Like it's out of range. She's out of range right now. So you can still see the one girl there by the southeast. These are trees, so you can actually see through. They're not bushes, so.
What? Those aren't bushes? What?
Huh.
So are you chasing her, killing her? What are you doing?
I'm not sure if I can catch her up further, but I guess I can.
What you would have to do is you would have to run and then get next to her, and then when she moves, try for an AO.
Exactly.
Let's see how far she.
If you double move, you can actually get right next to her, and then that'll set you up for attack of opportunity, like Nagi just said. Is that what you like to do?
Yes. Sorry.
All right, Nagi.
I say, give up. We might spare your life.
I don't know, man. Prisoners are such a pain in the ass. Just easier.
Well, we're spared the life.
What's this we thing?
Oh,
What do I have in range? Hang on.
I guess you're making way too much out of the random encounter.
I mean, yeah, I'm not really on the whole random encounter thing, but I don't exactly.
well,
I'm not
multiple-
exactly in a position to nuke her down from here. Is the problem?
Basically, guys, we're 322 experience away from the level you guys should have been at. This was the random encounter to have just enough experience to meet you the level for the next campaign. So, but
Where's my? I don't have anything there. I'd have to.
Yeah, multiple reasons, but maybe I'll, after this battle, chat with the team.
okay.
I mean, yeah, there's not a lot I can do from there. there's my movement, Nosk. Good luck to you.
Alrighty. Shad, which you can easily pull up yourself into the edge here. You don't have to make a reflex save anymore.
Okay. And is picking up my weapon a standard action?
I'll just give that to you. It's fine. Your fit of rage just
Okay.
just seem to be the adrenaline is pumping. You just grab the weapon and you're good to go.
Okay. So can I run over here then?
Sure can.
Okay.
You won't be able to attack. I mean, you'll be able to at least get there.
Oh. Alright.
Neutral, you're up.
You all seem to have that well in hand, so I'm gonna come into the charred circle and start resurrecting bodies.
Oh, okay, question. Are there even bodies left to resurrect?
They're charred
'Cause it was
bodies.
a
I mean, they're all
fire.
gonna be skeletons, but
Okay, so I get a couple skeletons.
yep, you can get 9 skeletons. Oh, 8. I guess 7 skeletons because there's still 2 alive. 1 ran away. You got 1 left here.
I only have enough spells to bring back to you right now, but
Okay. But Clavicle has a few friends to come along now.
Clavicle.
Alright, and the Brigand tries to make a run for it, provoking 2 attacks of opportunity. I guess Clavicle is gonna go there to another beating. Okay.
Can I attempt a non-lethal attack?
First, we're still finishing Midrill's turn. Sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Is Clavicle gonna make an attack there?
He's gonna try to grab her again and fail again.
Okay, alright. Now she's making a run for it. Are you, Nosk, you said you were trying to do a non-lethal attack? So you make your regular attack and you subtract 4.
Interesting.
Meanwhile, Midril just dancing around with a bunch of skeletons.
So it would be a
You crit, which unfortunately makes it into a lethal attack.
really?
Yeah, unfortunate there, but yeah, you kill her.
Damn.
Alas, poor Yorick.
Okay, well, after
DMCA.
I don't think that one's. I'm pretty sure that's public domain.
Okay.
we wait for the summonings of the undead.
I want to think that's exactly how the spell goes.
Yeah, that's exactly how I think it goes.
You get 3 skeletons then, you said?
2.
2, okay.
I was attempting to have at least one survivor to maybe run off with a dagger I accidentally drop, or plus we could find information about what's around here and maybe all the loot that they steal from other people.
You can use the metal tarsal stats for now.
Okay, thank you.
And all of their equipment, is it burnt or anything salvaged?
They're salvageable. Some of it survived. Hang on. Pulling their character sheet now for the loot.
Yeah, 1929. That's public domain.
Okay, thank you. I always get paranoid. A lot of people are actually getting banned lately.
Yeah. Well, that was fun.
Alright, I need an appraise check because each of them seems to be carrying some rubies.
I think I failed every single appraise track.
Another appraise check. Oh,
Yep,
boy.
appraise checks by everybody because they had a bunch of
Alright.
rubies on them.
Quick, everybody, keep an eye on Midril.
Hey, and you?
What do you mean, and me?
I don't know what you're so afraid of.
I think both ratted each other out at least once, right?
I wonder, Midril, what am I afraid of right there? Immediate sus.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Red is sus.
Bunch of trackers.
I don't. That's from Among Us. It's another game that you actually say like suspect. It's like an abbreviation for suspect.
Go ahead and ping her with how much money she's gonna try and squeeze out.
Alright,
of us.
Midro, come down to private room.
You realize you could just.
Hmm?
Yeah, I said you realize you could just message her the money.
I could,
She's gonna write it down anyway.
but then it's not on record. They're worth 250 golds each. You can tell them however much it's worth, as much as you want. But there are 14 in total. Each of them is worth 250.
Okay.
The traveling salesman. Don't kill them off right off the bat.
Alrighty, you can tell them how much it's worth.
So these 12 are worth 250 apiece. The other 2 unfortunately are worthless.
I don't know. They still look shiny.
Yes, dear, but glass is shiny too, and it's not as, expensive as gems.
Glasses to ruby.
This is a fantasy world. It's a very expensive thing.
Make a bluff check then, Mandy.
We've done this before. I do not trust her. You don't have to tell me right now, but we're gonna have a discussion later.
I do have to go to the bathroom real quick, but you guys can have a discussion about it now, because unfortunately didn't notice that she wasn't very truthful on that one. Be right back.
You
Midori,
can clearly see how those two
you want to message me and come clean? As I give you that side eye that I always do when this happens.
You agree with me, don't you, Nagi? I mean, you can see. what I'm talking about.
No, I definitely agree with you. We can go sell them off later when we get a chance.
Do any of you know detect magic or identify?
Yes.
I'm wondering if we can literally like cast identify to see if there's a curse on this dagger or not. If I've been
You mean of the one you're currently using to replace your other cursed dagger?
Maybe both, but I'd rather go back to the fire one because it was a better fit.
I'm pretty sure it's spellcraft, which
Snake.
we have in spades, but wait for her.
Well, I think the original spellcraft was like over freaking 30, and supposedly if you didn't catch it was cursed.
I mean, it could be.
Did I miss the purpose of the snake?
Snake.
The snake's my familiar. She just follows us around and is sometimes useful.
Hmm.
It's kind of a feast or famine thing. Either it's very, very useful, or it sits there and chases mice for an hour.
Oh, I'm not in rage anymore. Am I gonna die? I don't think I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna need to be healed.
Oh wow. Thought you had like a few hundred health, no kidding. Like 70s.
I do during rage, but not when I'm not raging. Not doing terribly, I guess. I'd have 55 out of 75. I think.
Not too bad. I forgot what all the classes we have here with us. I'm missing like half of our team. I think Elsa, my brother, passed out some potions if need be. But we'll see if we have.
Oh, we don't. We don't have the cleric with us, do we?
Alrighty, had you guys had a reasonable conversation while I was out?
Not yet, I don't think, but just did some random chatting.
Alright, so I'll give you guys all the loot so you guys can keep track of it. 7 Masterwork Falchion, 7 Chainmails, Masterwork Chainmails, 7 Masterwork Thieves Tools, some thieves, some bolts, etc. And 14 small flawed rubies. Okay, as we go on.
Are we giving the potion of cure moderate to Shad?
Sure. I'm sorry, what am I saying? I'm sorry, I think I'm not part of the party. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll take it if that's good with everybody else.
That's meant to say 7 potions of cure moderate wounds. I'm sorry.
Oh, 7. Then I'm taking one by force, whether people want me to or not.
Well, this looks like fun.
I have a couple extra just in case.
Okay,
And she'll take one.
sorry, yeah, place yourselves in the north of the map. Like right here. I don't know if you guys can see my ping, but place yourselves up here. Ignore the squares on the map, but use the squares from the Roll20 squares.
What is this? The evening?
Yeah, the evening comes by and you guys approach Shudderwood. Let me go ahead and read out flavor text. 1 second. God, this brigands just got annihilated. Anyway, staying near the edge of Shudderwood is almost like staring into another world. Ominous, towering pine trees blot out the sunlight, allowing only occasional splinters of light to pierce through. Within this dimness, broken branches and occasional shrubs growing up through fallen trees create shadowy illusions, both wondrous and haunting. Apart from pallid lichens, colorful fungi, feather moss, and wintergreen, little else grows in this forest. Shudderwood possesses an eerie stillness, only occasionally lifted by the sounds of passing birds and small animals scurrying across the dry pine needles, littering the forest floor.
So, are these bushes or like high, or is there a path we kind of must follow? Or...
You guys have a edge of the right there, so you guys are kind of going south at this point. You guys have been following the path for the most part.
Shad strides forward this way, I guess, because this looks like the way we have to go.
Does stealth half my movement?
If you're in stealth, yeah, you move half speed. But before you guys in chat,
I
you
mean,
can see
I'll look
this.
around for anything of interest, but oh, how is that possible? Oh, yep, that makes sense.
All right, you seen this seems to be like the nicest forest you ever seen. Like it seems like the most calming and relaxing forest ever. By the way, chat, that's what they got to look forward
So
to.
pretty.
It's great, guys. Come on, let's go.
Always ahead, never, no patience.
Anybody else wants to give a look around?
Oh, is that what we're doing? We're scouting.
I guess every major turn, if there's a pathway, I'd like to check for traps.
But you're not any good at checking for traps.
True. Well, I technically am, but I never do it well.
That would be the.
So I guess right around where Chad
Yeah,
is,
I guess everybody, go ahead, everybody, give me a perception. Everybody except chat, who already did. Alright, Nagi also seems to be very enthralled by this forest. Nothing out of the ordinary, but however, Mara, Midra's snake, seems to be very agitated at the moment and is hissing at something large appearing out of here. Something very large in those bushes. You can kind of see the silhouette of it now, and Mara is pointing out at it. And Nosk sees it as well. Something very large hiding in those bushes.
Is it to my left or right?
South, and now that you see the same silhouette, you also see something as large over here as well.
I'll try to point it out, but still be quiet. Hopefully they don't see us, I guess. And see what my party wants to do. Any suggestions? Are we
Having
able to-
received no instruction yet, Shad starts looking around on the ground for a rock to throw at it.
All right, you throw a rock where? Which one?
Well, I'm looking right now. I'm just looking for a rock to throw at
There's
it.
plenty of pebbles on the floor. You can easily grab one.
Okay. Sorry. So there are two large shadows on the ground.
A large shadow here
Alright,
and a large
bushes.
shadow there.
I am not seeing where you are clicking.
Okay, if you zoom out a little.
Yep.
So there's a
I'm zooming
okay.
out all the
So
way.
there's a large shadow there, and a
Yeah.
large shadow there.
I throw it. There.
Okay, as you throw that, something very angry comes out of it. You guys go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh, is that our old friend?
At least Elson's not here.
Yeah.
So
Nelson
runs
did
in our
fine the
family.
last time we fought a phase spider. Although I can't tell. I'm assuming it's not. But such is.
Hang on, let me get my initiatives thing. I might have to done this encounter down, but we'll see how that goes.
Say that every time.
Okay, guess I won't.
Gargantuan ogre spider.
Yeah, knowledge nature if you want to figure out what it is.
Oh yeah. This just still ain't working.
It's not a knowledge nature. You have to have
All right, 3 of them.
go check.
Interesting.
Alright, Mitro, you do know what they are. Gargantuan ogre spiders. You can ask 2 questions about them.
Resistances and immunities.
1 second. They're immune to mind affecting effects.
Yeah, because we were totally gonna go for that.
Special abilities.
Poison. Their bite is poisonous. And for this other one, I'm gonna need another roll. Hang on 1 second. For the smaller ones, what's aberration again? I always need to figure. I always forget what that is. 1 second. I need to see what kind of knowledge you need to roll for this. Dungeoneering. Knowledge dungeoneering for the other smaller ones.
Oh, this, dungeoneering? Yeah, what's my
Dungeoneering.
dungeoneering? This is the guild of dungeon. Fuck you.
Wow.
The one time I roll that.
Well, Nagi and Oski have absolutely no idea what these things are.
Can you make them bigger so I can actually see what the hell they are? All right, well that's fine. At least I know it's not a rock monster.
Richard knows what they are.
Midra, what are they?
Those things are hot.
1 second.
Beautiful.
Care to be a little bit more specific?
1 second. I'm gonna let her say it as I'm rolling initiatives for them.
Ah! Well, anything that starts with that is always a good sign.
I've heard that name before, but I have no idea what they are.
I've not heard that one.
Yeah, they're pretty terrifying.
Are they?
All right, Mandy, you can ask a few questions about 3 questions about them.
One would say is it nightmarish.
Creature type.
Creature type? They're aberrations. But you know that because of knowledge of engineering, so that's a given. I'm not gonna make you guys waste a question on that one.
Okay. Special attacks.
Night terrors, traps, web, and night terrors, poison, and traps, and web.
Night terrors. That sounds delightful.
Weaknesses.
None.
Resistances and immunities.
DR5, good or silver. And they defense abilities, they were good at illusion, resistance, and protection from good, which doesn't matter since none of you guys are good.
Yes, that is entirely true.
but they are resistant to illusions apparently.
I'm good at being bad.
Alright, and with that said, first one's gonna go here. It's gonna look at Nosk and use Night Terrors. Make a will save versus Night Terrors. Under defenses, should hit will save. Alright, put a NT by your name. It's not gonna matter now, but next time you go to sleep, you will.
Sorry, what were the immunities and resistances?
They're immune to illusion and sorry, they have illusion resistances and protection from good, and they need to be used DR. They have DR5, either good or silver.
Illusion resist. How the hell does that?
I'll let you know in a second. Hang it. You get a +1 save against any spells that use illusion. It's pretty minor.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Okay, well, this giant ogre spider will charge towards Shad, and from here it's gonna take an attack. Does a 28 hit Shad?
Yes.
Number.
Alright, minimum damage, take 12. You make a fort save.
I did.
Okay. This nightmare over here, it's gonna cast a web, targeting the two of you. I need both of you guys to make a reflex save for against the web. And make sure it's a reflexive. Sorry, I always get that messed up. Hang on. Yeah. Alright, well, Shad did not make that reflex save. Nosk, make a reflex save. You make it. You're not caught in that web. Actually, let me make sure it's actually... Yeah, it is a reflex save. Okay, just making sure. So, Shad is unfortunately stuck in the web. So you cannot move from your current location, but Nosk can. And Nosk is up.
Midra, I need you to buy me 2 turns.
Sorry, what?
I said I need you to buy me 2 turns.
What, ensure you survive 2 turns?
Ensure I don't get interrupted in 2 turns.
So, as I can see, I only see 2 spiders, probably, right?
Yep.
And I don't particularly want to go in there by myself. I'm wondering if it would be a full action.
You can 5 foot and attack this big one next to you.
I almost rather free our new friend here if possible.
That doesn't sound like it's something an evil character would do.
Well, it's to preserve my life.
He's got a point.
Fair enough. Good argument. Go for it.
Cause I'm just going back and all the times I went down by going in first.
Fair enough. Alright, you can just do an easy swing and easily free Shad with 1 swing.
Oh, alright. And this thing has super reach, right? It can hit us, but we can't hit it.
Correct, unless you 5 foot and attack it.
Would I still have 1 attack? Or-
Yeah, sure.
Sure, I'll 5 foot and get self attack.
Alright, you hit. 3 points of damage. Alright, Nagi, you're up.
Mirror image. I've got to get a rod of quickening. So
That would be helpful right now.
it'd be really helpful right now, but life is hard. So what is it? 1d4 or would probably be a bad idea to cast web on these things.
You would think, yeah.
You'd think, yeah.
Alright, so
Alright,
Probably
that's good. So there's 7 of me.
okay, this one right here is gonna move up to here and it's gonna cast web, targeting the closest thing. So Nagi, make a reflex save.
I say immediately. Wow, my reflex is actually my really? Oh,
Nice, Falcon.
can't argue with that. How does that?
I'll share that with the
that?
group. Hang on, I'll put that in the Discord. Richard, we have some fan art for what just happened a second ago.
Yeah, I'll figure your stuff out. I'm figuring this out.
Did you put it in Discord?
I did.
Okay, yeah, alright. Such as
Okay,
life.
yeah, so you're caught in the web.
Yeah, technically.
Okay, this one's.
The issue is the mirror images aren't caught in the web. Which I'm not sure exactly how the fuck that works.
Yeah, because it's a area spell, and this one's also gonna cast a web. This one's casting a web here. And Nas can make a reflex save. You make it.
Oh well. Sorry about.
You made it. This other one's gonna do the same thing. They're really trying to get Nosk, so they're gonna just jump to this other bush here and cast another web on you, Nosk. Same area. Make another reflex save.
Man, it must look tasty.
You make it. Well, they don't seem to know you guys very well, so this one's gonna come to here, still out of range. It's gonna cast the web on you again. Make another reflex save. Alright, this time you are caught in the web. Alright, this spider here, a little smaller than the other two, but still pretty big by comparison to you guys.
Yeah, a little.
Gonna come. Oh, actually, sorry, I did make sure. Should have been this size. Okay, comes up to all the way to here. Double moves to there, but doesn't do anything. This other spider, ginormous spider right here, will go up one and attack Clavicle.
No, we're no friend. Right. Does she have more skeletons on the board?
I guess looks like I think that will hit Clavicle. He takes 18 points of damage. He doesn't need to make a fort save because he's already dead.
So he's got DR.
Oh yeah, he does have DR, so yeah, you can subtract 7 of that damage. So take 11.
That's awesome. Did you summon 3 others, or
She animated 2 in the last combat, remember? Okay, and Shad, you are up. You are free. You're not actually caught in the web because your friend Nosk saved you.
Alright. I will drop into a rage. I will also I'll drop into a burning rage.
Fire tends to do pretty well against spiders.
Burns away webs anyway.
Oh, good point.
did you literally turn on fire?
My arms start on fire,
That's awesome.
but they do not burn me. And I will run up to this guy. I'm guessing, do I take an attack of opportunity as I enter his melee range?
Unless you want to make an acrobatics check.
I mean, I guess I might as well try.
At a 5-foot step.
No,
No, I
plus
was
10.
right here.
Above it.
Um, sad for me. I'm so used to being good at this.
Yeah, because you usually play rogue in the other campaign. Yeah. Oof, no.
Yeah.
That will provoke.
Now you
Oh.
can play the tank.
You appreciate acrobatics once you play a character that doesn't have good acrobatics.
Hey, Midra,
Oof.
would you be a deer? Ouch.
I'm sorry, that was a good roll.
That was a pretty good roll.
Wait, get your attack now. You're not poisoned, so go ahead and do your attack.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, just single fire attack. Ugh,
That will
was
hit.
horrible. That will hit. Okay.
The downside of large creatures, they're very easy to hit.
Big target.
It does have ogre in the name, right?
So that's 33 points of damage. Jesus Christ.
Which it does 50 damage on a fairly regular.
Oh, and it should actually feel like it's missing. It is missing. It's missing a D6.
Okay, go ahead and add it.
I gotta figure that out. It's two.
Under 2 damage, okay.
Yeah, that's fire damage as well.
Okay. And for some reason, does that catch them on fire or no?
Oh wait, never mind. Sorry, it was
Oh crap! I forgot the fight music.
the 4 was right. I was just thinking that I had one D4 in here, but I don't. I have a D4 and a D6. Let me double check if that sets them alight or not. Uh,
Knocking the phone off, Pickles.
no, just does the energy type damage. It doesn't necessarily light them on fire.
Alrighty.
My arms are considered engulfed in flames, but my arms aren't really what touched them, so.
Gotcha. So, Shadow, his firing arms, did some pretty significant damage. And Clavicle, you are next.
Man, Midra, would you please be a deer and drag my ass out of this web?
First, all my children are gonna go. He should do stuff and do his thing.
One thing I just noticed, did I just accidentally not put everybody in the actual order they should have been? Because I'm looking at the initiative order now and it looks all out of... I might have just screwed that up pretty bad. We'll change it to the next round once we get back to the 29, but for this one round, I messed it up pretty bad. So Mandy should have technically gone before all this shenanigans went.
Seems like it.
You attacking the spider? Okay, so 1 miss, but 3 hits. So you got 26 points of damage to the spider.
Giant undead zombie versus giant ogre spider. This is a fight for the ages.
Okay, now the little skeleton might provoke attack. I'm sure you hate that, but the skeleton is gonna take an attack of opportunity.
That's fine.
Renewable resources. And fumbles. Oh my god.
Chat, I'm assuming that this isn't blowing out the gain ratio.
I lowered the sound a little. Okay, so alright, doesn't critically fumble, it's just a miss. Alright,
Okay, well, the 2 medium guys are gonna take a page out of those rogues, and they're gonna hold their actions until they're flanking.
okay, go ahead and make their attack. Alright, the second one will hit, so 4 damage to it.
And now, how much do I know about web?
Any amount of fire will pretty much clear it out.
There's a caveat to that.
Yeah, but there's the fact that one of your friend is currently caught in the web, but would you actually be opposed to your friend getting catch a little bit of fire?
What about acid?
Hmm?
What about acid?
Just the same.
It's 2d4 points of fire, or acid. Just get rid of it. I need that not to be.
All right, you get rid of the web with acid, but make a reflex save.
Just like 1d3.
Yeah, you do need to make a reflex save there, I think. Nagi.
Fine. Yep. Oh, that one I make.
Alright, so roll the damage to see how much he's gonna take half of it. Alright, so you take one. Haha.
See, that was nice.
Okay, so this one over here is gonna cast, it's gonna use Night Terrors and Shad. Shad, make a will save. Shad makes it.
Oh,
There you go.
Nice.
wow.
Alright, now that we're actually in the correct order, it's actually Midrill's turn, because now that I actually put everything in descending order, so now everything is correct. So, Mandy, now it's your turn. Clavicle just going to town, that spider. And Brenda does a confirmed crit, so the first 3 then count. So 27 points of damage to the spider. How many hit points does this thing have again? Let me check. Oh, it's dead. You killed it. Clavicle does one, and the skeletons make short work of that spider.
Giant skeleton.
4 arms.
I'm sorry, Mandy, go ahead and use your 2 skeletons. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to skip their turn. And your turn as well.
That's all good.
I was actually very afraid of this fight.
You should, because you haven't started
We're
yet.
just going left to right.
Alright,
Nice.
the 7, was that towards this guy, or was the 7 towards this guy? The first there.
It was towards the little one.
The 7 was for the little one. Okay. Alright, the 19 will hit here. The ogre spider. No, the gargantuan ogre spider. Okay. And what will Myrdril do?
Nigel's gonna try to blind the little guy that my skeleton just missed.
Which one? There's 6 of them.
Sorry, the little one that's next to my skeleton guy. On the
Oh,
left
this
of the
one? Okay,
screen.
gotcha. What kind of save you make? Is it a will save, fort save? I don't know. Is it the blindness deafness spell that you're using? Yeah. Fort save, okay. Okay, so it negates it. Not blind. Wait, do these things have eyes? Let me see. I guess they do, yeah.
I hope they have eyes.
Okay, unfortunately they made the save, so they're not blind. Alright. The gargantuan ogre spider. Actually, ogre spider? Okay, that one is actually incorrectly named. That should have been a gargantuan one as well. But that gargantuan one's gonna attack Shad with a single bite attack. Does that hit Shad?
It does, but
Oh
you
wait,
have
I
to
rolled the
make,
wrong character. That's the that's the wrong. I'm sorry, wrong character.
What'd you roll?
I was using the adder cap instead of the spider. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you need to roll? I'm sorry.
that will hit, but you need to make a
Really?
A blur check, you said?
yeah, 20% blur check.
Freaking groovy bot. Really?
All right, it looks like I hit.
Yep.
All right, so 20 points of damage.
And then my fort save.
We're good. Apparently, those poisons don't seem to bother you at all.
I
keeps getting good rolls against me. It's not really.
I'm not. Whoops. That didn't do anything, right? That's what I was at before.
Your music bot is crazy.
I know.
But don't tell me you came
What?
back. The fuck?
It's not doing anything. Why aren't you doing anything? Come on. There we go. I'm almost dead. Or unconscious.
Alright, I give up.
Okay, this other cap here is gonna go around flanking this other skeleton. And we'll attack with a claw attack.
Oh wow, they blend in.
Unfortunately, it doesn't do any damage because I just realized skeletons are bludgeoning. They're using a slicing attack, so it doesn't do any damage to the skeleton. Nosk, you're up.
I'm webbed. Last time.
Yep, you just can't move, but you can still attack. Welcome to book 3, by the way.
Would I be able to do what I did last time, or one to free me?
You can take a full round action here to attack if you want. I mean, you can use an offhand attack to free and just take a single attack, or you can do your full round of actions to attack.
More useful when I
The problem.
The one right in front of Chad should be looking pretty bad off, I think.
It does look pretty bad.
Yeah, but I hit like a wet noodle without my backstabs.
Yeah, Nos, you get a minus 4 to dexterity in that web, by the way.
Oh, good to know. I do have like 20, but
All right, so if you want to use your offhand to free yourself, you can, and then you can do an acrobatics check if you want to try to sneak, because I guess that's what you want to do, right? Try the acrobatics over here so you can stab.
man, that's dangerous.
Nah, you gotta either.
I mean, you can come over here as well. That's also flanking.
You gotta make a CM, a combat check or an escape artist check to bail out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I should have been doing. Not
That's
expect-
Yeah.
Well, when you free somebody else, you can use your weapon. But if you, since you yourself are caught on it, you need to do a escape artist or a strength check to break free.
Escape artist is
Yeah.
definitely worth dumping points into if you're going to be a flank-based rogue, in my experience.
And the only reason I'm making sure to play this by the book is because I have web spell. I want to make sure I get all the good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay. So escape artist, that would take up my full turn, right?
No, it's a skill check on your movement. But if you miss the check, you lose the move.
Yep, what he said.
I don't know, I guess I'll time to escape. I've checked.
Chad is very quiet today. What's up with Chad? Is Chad scared of what's gonna happen to them?
Don't know what their web DC is.
16, so you make it.
So
You can. It's part of your move. You're free. So where do you want to go?
it's just looking bad for me and Chad, no matter. I would have to make an acrobatics to flank, right?
Sure. Like if you can come here and be flanked by 2 spiders, or you can come here and be in range of 7 things,
Yeah.
or you can try to come here and just be not flanked, but in range of 2 things. That might be your best bet right there. Eating dinner. Gotcha. I don't mean to call out anybody lurking. Just want just make sure y'all are not bored or anything.
Actually, I might just stay where I'm at and attack this spider that's almost dead. And
You would get grappled at the end of your turn.
You could 5 foot over if you just don't want to get caught in the web again.
oh, the web is still a thing.
Yep.
Sure, I'll 5 foot over and attack the guy below me.
All right, go for it.
You said, do I get both attacks or no?
Sure.
Because I
Well,
didn't,
2-weapon fighting. You get 2-weapon fighting.
yeah, I didn't know how escape artist said if it was
No,
just
no,
like
it's
free.
just a part of your movement.
Alright, go ahead and make your attack.
Those are numbers.
Good roll, good roll.
Sneak attacks.
Alright, unfortunately it's still alive, but it's looking really, really, really bad off.
Dang.
Nagi? Gee, I wonder if somebody's gonna use a fireball.
15. No, I already used my fire.
Oh, you only get one a day? Wow.
Well, no, I could bring it back if I wanted to, but I don't want to yet.
So who has the stick?
Nor did.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunate indeed. And that's why I go into the back line. Blade of dash.
So, okay, what you do?
30 feet and attempted. And let's use my Black Blade Strike on that while we're at it. I got a +2 on that. Hang on, I could have modified.
Hangy. And give me a perception check while you're there.
Yeah. That's a good number.
Alright, you just see a trail of corpses now.
You'd be a little more specific.
Going down, like, southwest of your location, there seems to be a trail of bodies and loot. Like, previous people who have come this way. Hundreds upon hundreds of dead bodies.
Fantastic.
Midge will probably be happy about that. If we survive.
Man, am I really getting shanked on die rolls this tonight?
You hitting the other cap?
Yeah.
You hit.
I figured. I didn't think their AC was that high.
Is there more damage to that, or is...
No, there is no more damage to that. The more damage happens in a minute.
Okay. Alright, this one here, seeing a new target come stop right by, it's gonna cast, how many webs do you have per day? Oh, just one, never mind. He's just gonna move around with the flank. So kindly provided.
And this is why we have our parry.
Does that hit your AC?
It will, if I don't parry it.
Go for it. Oh, and I have to hit it with, don't you have 4 images as well or something? How many images do you have?
I have 7 images. Well, I have 6 images, so there's 7 of me. Hang on, I gotta see.
7 of you? I'm gonna roll 1d7, because apparently you can't do this on Roll20. And if a 7 rolls...
Hang on. I have to check parry.
Well, first it must even matters, because if I don't hit you, it doesn't even go through.
That's the check I'm making. I can't remember if I have to beat you or tie you.
You said you have 7 images, or 7 including you.
There's 7 of me, so it's a 1d7, but hang on.
But 1 image plus off, so...
You have to hit me first!
Yep, so I didn't hit it. So you have 6 images now.
Hang on! Okay, I have to beat you. I was checking the parry because I don't lose an image if you don't hit me. You don't hit me if I parry you.
Fair enough.
But I didn't parry because I have to beat you, not tie you. So yes,
Gotcha. Okay, the one to the left of one of your skeletons is gonna attack the skeleton with a bite. That would hit, a bite is actually gonna be counted as bludgeoning. So that little skeleton takes 4 points of damage, Mandy. The one to the left. And I don't think the claws can do enough damage, but they're gonna try anyway and do no damage to them. Yep, the claws can only be slicing, so that doesn't do any damage to the skeletons. The one above Nagy is gonna make a bite first. Alright, and that's a miss altogether, so that doesn't even hit the images, I don't think.
Wait, are you hitting me?
Yeah, this is the one above you now that's attacking you. That's a miss, right?
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, you missed by not enough to keep an image, so now I have 5 of me.
Okay, and 2 claws. It's a little better. D6 and see if I hit. 6 hits you. Nope, one more image poofs, and then the second attack, the 21. Oh, poofs another one. So you have down to 4 images.
4 of me. Clear images of myself. Thank you.
Alright, this one's gonna come right next to here to you, and make a will save. It's using night terrors on you.
Why you do this?
Welcome to fun.
What's DC?
I'm checking that right now. You're good.
Yeah.
Shad, you're up.
Okay, I will make a full round fire attack. Got the guy right in front of me.
Oh, you just completely obliterate that spider?
With the first one?
Yes.
So, okay, but I can't move. Well, no, I can't 5 foot to anything, so. So that's my turn, I guess.
You could 5 foot and remove if you want to. Well, the second attack didn't even happen because you just butchered the first attack.
Yeah, but if I 5 foot towards this guy, don't I enter his melee range? Because they have reach.
This one, his reach is like, I think this one's only reach 10 because he's a little smaller than the other ones. So you can safely 5 foot
right,
here.
so if I 5 foot, okay, then I will 5 foot there. I guess.
Could also check a potion if you want it.
That's probably actually a better idea.
Better.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
Out of
potions
damage.
work too. Can you give a potion that's on you to somebody else, or how does that work?
I have potions.
You'd have to spend an action handing a potion.
Alright, heal 7.
Oh my god, that was a terrible roll.
Oh, wow.
Alright, this ogre spider, 5 foot into the web because they're apparently obvious spiders can just walk over a web without an issue, and just will attack Nosk.
Do undead pets get reactionable attacks?
Yes, they do. But they 5 footed, so they wouldn't.
Hi.
Do I get my bees on the next turn?
Alright, because this is a smaller, just reduce the to hit here by 2. So instead of plus 10 to hit, should be plus 8. So I guess that's a miss. That's a miss, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, we are at level. Oh yay!
I can weave.
Alright, this Nightmare Eater cap is gonna move to here. And it's gonna look at Shad and say, Night Terrors, make a will save. Alright, put an NT by your name. And Clavicle. And Myrdro and her army. I like how just the one that's on initiative is Clay, but
You're just gonna walk right into the webs?
Oh yeah.
Question mark?
man, it does have a reach of 10 feet. 10 feet, so you don't actually have to be super close if you don't want to provoke an attack of opportunity from it. The blue circles are webs. I don't know if your skeleton would be smart enough to avoid the webs. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be metagaming your character that much. I apologize.
It does kind of make sense that he would just charge it with little abandon.
Unfortunately, that will miss.
Oof. That is all.
Okay, and what is the other 2 skeletons and yourself gonna do? That's a miss, unfortunately.
Good music. I have to turn it down to like 20.
Yeah, I turned it down a little too.
Turn it down to 20.
Hi, Pickles. I'm sorry, I'm not giving you attention. Okay, the 16 will hit on the spider. You need one more hit for the other skeleton because they each get 2 claws, right? So you still have the other one on the left. And I'm not hearing you, Mandy. I don't know if you're trying to speak, but I cannot hear you say anything.
Yeah, she's deaf or something, or quiet or something.
Okay, does that better?
There you go. Now we can hear you.
Okay, sorry. The skeleton that was hitting the big spider had to move to get into position.
Okay. They will provoke. Actually, no. I don't think it. No need to. Just 5 foot was enough. Okay. Yeah, I think you could have just 5 footed, right? And it was enough to be in range. I don't remember where your skeleton was a second ago.
He was up.
You'd have to 5 foot to.
He probably did.
There you go.
Okay. So it would provoke an attack here then. Make an attack. Missing. Ah, missed the skeleton. That's just sad.
And then the second one did, I guess, 3 damage to the guy on the screen left.
On the left side, the 16 unfortunately will be a miss on the little guys. Sorry, I'm gonna do this guy first. So this guy here will just attack the skeleton with a bite.
I have a
I'm sorry, go ahead.
last thing I found.
Oh, I didn't even realize you got right open
Okay, make your attack. Let's see, what's the touch AC on this
Is
thing?
that with a melee weapon?
Checking. 8. Yeah, so you hit. So how much damage do the spider take? 13. And do you heal some of that back?
I get the temporary hit point.
Nice. Okay, this Nightmare Adder Cap here next to the skeleton is just gonna go to town again on the skeleton next to him. Oh great, so they all didn't matter at all, because the first one, a bite, it's piercing. Yeah, they didn't do enough damage to do anything. Nosk, you're up.
The undead versus the nightmares, the undead win.
Very convenient to have skeletons for this fight.
Wondering if the nightmares are intelligent enough though to know the claws don't do crap to them.
Now you realize how we felt when we were fighting a bunch of skeletons with no bludgeoning weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh, okay. I just saw their tactics. I was doing something that they should be doing, but I completely forgot that they could do it. Thank you for reminding me.
Mm.
All right, Nosk, you do have a flank with this Mr. Skeleton down there. If you want to kill the attack this spider.
I can with Midroll.
No, you have a flank with the skeleton here.
Oh, okay. Well, stabby stab then.
Go for it. Sneak attack this time. Alright, they're both hits, and ow, that's a lot of damage. So that's 32, 38, 41 points of damage.
Yeah, sneak attack's no good.
And you kill it. It did require the second attack there though, so you still have a 5 foot if you like to 5 foot next to the other thing. Or you can just see where you are. Or you can bravely retreat in the opposite direction.
Since there's only one immediately close by, I'll 5 foot closer to it. See save my new friend.
Okie dokie.
Looking rough.
Nagi, you're up.
Yeah. Some zappy.
Hi, Pickles.
Oh!
Hi. I know you want food. It's close to food time. I know. By the way, Mandy, after this we'll call it. I mean, if you have to, if it's too late, just let me know.
Okay, no, I'm good till the end of the fight.
Okay.
So, whichever one of these isn't injured is the one I'm attacking.
None of them. They haven't taken a single point of damage this whole time.
I disagree.
Okay, the one you hit with the scimitar. Okay, that one's hurt. So the one that's not injured, you're attacking?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume there's no metal on these guys.
There's definitely no metal on this guy's.
Sad. Come on.
Actually, hang on a second. Yeah, the daggers do not matter there. No, they don't. Those are not just for. I mean, they're not part of their bodies. No.
Dang, I was gonna say more loot. Just kidding.
Man, I can't hit a crit for nothing tonight. Oh, there we go.
Oh, then the 19 will hit. That's exactly their AC.
Good. Roll.
So as you can imagine, the 17 does not confirm a crit. Actually, no, I take that back. Their AC is 17. Actually, is that right? Let me double check here.
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, it is 17. Damn it. Okay, well, you confirm the crit then.
39, 50, 57.
Ow.
Much ow.
Yep, well, you obliterate that guy.
I'm shocked.
Is that a single attack that you just did?
That was a full round action.
Okay. This Nightmare Eater Cat is gonna 5 foot back, and it's gonna use the spell Suggestion on Nagi. Make a will save.
Why don't I get to be immune to mind-altering effects? Actually, maybe I am. Oh shit! I just hang on. Ow! Oh god!
What?
I just screwed with. Hang on. I gotta fix. I got a tablet hooked up to my computer, and I accidentally hit the zoom knob, and it screwed up my browser.
I'll get you.
That's funny. Alright. What do you want now?
A will save, please.
A will save. That's a good will.
That is a good will save. The one that's right next to you is gonna take a 5 foot back. Now looking back what his friend just did, it's gonna do the same thing to you and make us another will save.
That's also a good will save.
And last, this one is next to you. It's also gonna make the same thing, another will save. God damn. Those rolls. So 16, a 14, and a 14. Just super lucky rolls. Okay.
You hear a delightful cackling coming from me, but I'm not laughing.
Okay. Shad, you're up. Hey there, Zalister. How's it going?
That should be a terrifying statement right there.
It's me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I will 5 foot over here and make a full round attack.
Okay, the 15 will miss, but the 24 will definitely hit for 36 points damage. Which is more points of damage than they have hit points, so they're splattered. Figuratively, same here, Zalister.
Yeah, I think you almost one-shot me.
See, and you thought I was worried. Or wait, no.
Are you sure you wanted to say just that?
Yeah, she can make like all them corpses rise.
God, spoilers!
Yeah, be my guest.
I have no idea.
I can't. Just because I haven't recalled the fireball doesn't mean I can't recall the fireball.
You're so.
I'm guessing the skeletons are not caring about the attack of opportunity at all.
Not at all.
Which it doesn't matter that unless I roll 6 points of damage here. Shouldn't close the gargantuan spiders because there's no more gargantuan spiders left. Make a single bite attack, I guess. Oh, they did 6 damage, so skeleton takes 1 point of damage. Ha ha ha. Doesn't need a fort save, obviously, because, you know, undead.
So yeah, they're gonna wait for each other to get the range and do the flanking.
That's a miss.
Damage in this game.
Alright, and then Clavicle can gets in a single attack as well. Alright, 7 points damage. Good damage.
Okay, other skeleton's just gonna do a full round on that guy.
Okay. Good damage, and they both hit. Alright, and Mirdro. You got like a whole army to go, and then you get to go.
Again.
They say evil characters are weak.
Says that.
Don't worry, redemption is coming. Don't you worry.
After they're out, the guy my two babies are flanking.
Okay, like I referred to them as babies. I love it. Like, make a range touch attack. Very nice. Roll to confirm it. And their range touch AC is a 15. So it doesn't confirm, but it hits though. So 2d4 plus whatever you get extra. So it's 2d4, and then it takes it for an additional 2 rounds of acid, right?
Yes. And that's everybody.
Okay. Oh, the army is gone. This one right here, this next to skeleton, he's making a run for it. He's double moving, following the trail of bodies. Skeleton can take an attack of opportunity if skeleton wants to.
Can
He does.
Damage crit.
nightmares really fear? Or feel?
That is a good question.
Alright, I need to share some. Falcon drew another one for this one. I'll share this one in chat. Hang on.
Not trying to make the fight
That's
harder,
hilarious. That's a nice one, Falcon.
Does 3 more damage kill it?
but actually pretty cool.
Neat. I like it. Alright, 3 points of damage to it.
I'm just worried what this would have looked like had we had a full party.
Oh yeah. Couple more
9
bigger
ogre
ones.
spiders, 20 nightmares, you know.
I definitely wouldn't be in the front lines.
Alrighty, Nosk.
So,
If you manage to acrobatics here, you have a flank with the skeleton because he's a large creature, so he does have. You would have a flank here. I know that I don't mean to keep like meta game like, but I know if you guys are kind of new and I like to help. But if you don't want me to help, please say so. I don't like to railroad characters.
oh no, that's fine. I appreciate it. I was just counting to see if I can get there my movement with the acrobatics. I probably can.
Gotcha. But yeah, I never really mean to like min max this much, but If you guys want me to stop, just say so, and I will not be that much of a jerk.
Oh no, I appreciate it. I'm practically new to this version. What say you?
Let me take a look at their CMD. Oof, he made it. You got lucky there. Okay, make your attack. Ow.
Much ow.
It's the first damage this thing has taken, so it confirms the crit. Let's see, 18 plus 16 is 34, 34 and 5 is 43. And having 30 hit points means it's dead.
Wait, where are you getting 34 from?
5 plus 13 plus 5 plus 11.
5 plus 13. Oh, okay. I'm just looking at the rapier for some reason. Okay.
I mean, I can just. Oh wait, those are those are not good or silver weapons, are they? They have to subtract 5 from each, which is very convenient. So I can just do 13, 11, and extra 5. So, 24,
Wait,
29.
Wait. I thought you said it was resist. Wait. Wait, what? Ah, fuck it. I don't care.
So yeah, basic weapons are what?
You need to either have good aligned weapons or silver to bypass their DR. But you guys are doing so much of high damage that it hasn't mattered so far.
Hasn't mattered so far.
Nice.
Alright, but that one is looking really bad off though. Did good damage to it. Nagi, you're up. There's one above you looking pretty bad, and one to the east of you looking really bad.
Oh, I'm sure both of them are fine. We're gonna recall. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're gonna recall Bladed Dash here.
And we didn't even try to talk to him.
You always want to talk to people.
Let's see, what language do these guys speak? Let me check. They speak common, really?
Oh really?
Okay, no, I haven't cast that file.
I like one of their abilities is Spider Empathy. Works like a droid's wild empathy, except your cap can only use the ability on spiders.
That explains a lot. Man, I really can't hit a crit tonight? Fucking hell.
Should have been a shape-shifting druid.
Right, 11 points of damage to it. Alright, this one right next to you has not noticed that his friend is retreating because all the bushes doesn't realize how bad the battle is going for their side. 5 foot this way, tries to use suggestion on you.
Keeps trying, keeps failing. He says immediately before. Actually, I don't know.
You make it.
What would you even suggest? I know how suggestion works.
This one right here will 5 foot down, and we will use suggestion on Nosk. Nosk, make a will save. You make it. God damn it. These guys are so bad.
Well, no, time out. What are you actually trying to suggest? Because if it's a reasonable suggestion, you get a minus to the save.
Oh, you're right.
That's what
Okay, sit down. Yeah, I guess you will fail here. Please sit down.
Sitting down in the middle of a battle while engaged, I don't think counts as a reasonable suggestion. Just putting that out there.
Fine. Alright, well, the one that's next to Nosk, we'll just go for a round of attack on you. I guess only the 23 hits.
Yeah.
So 4 points of damage.
Player giveth and the player taketh away.
Mm-hmm. Shad.
Alright, Shad is going to charge right there and make a single attack. Maybe.
Uh-oh, that's a
Yeah.
fumble. Roll to confirm.
Oopsie.
I forgot what my. Hold on.
It's plus 10, so you roll 17. 17 would hit him, so you're fine.
Okay.
You still missed.
Still miss, but at least it's not a fumble. Alright, and Clavicle on the team, and Midro and the army of undead.
Okay, so you guys gonna 5 foot and hit that guy?
That's with Nosk. You don't need to 5 foot. You can actually hit from where you are.
I know my normal size skeleton over by Nagi.
Oh, okay, sorry.
The unnamed one yet?
Coming.
Alright, 21 points of damage. Sorry, it's taking 21 so far.
They're both gonna 5 foot to the flank and then do their thing.
Okay. Three points of damage to that one. And we have have clavicle still. Jesus Christ. Unfortunately, I'll miss. Actually, with the flank,
Even with
the
the
flank
flank?
hits the second one then. So 8 points of damage. Killing it. That's the work of art right here. I love it. Nothing hurts this thing. It's great. Repair undead. I love it.
There's my baby.
Just like basically picking up a few pieces of skeleton, just put the bones back. Look here, you drop this.
Just super gluing the chips back in.
Yeah, exactly what I was thinking.
Wow, is that like a spell slot or? Level
Yeah, it's a first level spell.
That's pretty cool.
That's us.
Okay. This Nightmare Eater cap is gonna do a very loud like screech and disappears into the forest.
Great. Now everything knows where we're at.
Nosk, you're up.
Good. That means we'll be surrounded by targets.
Basically, he followed the trail of bodies into the forest.
So there's only one near us, right?
For you, there's this one right here. You could have 5 footed here if you wanted. Because you're right there, right? So you could have just 5 footed there.
Would I get my sneak?
There's no way you can. Oh, actually, yeah, if you wanted your sneak, I guess you would have to go here. You're right. Okay. Sorry about that. Just not even thinking there.
Ah, you're good.
I bet Elson will be glad he missed this battles.
Don't worry, I'm sure we can get some more.
Well, you obliterate that guy.
As I like stab through its eye, like, should we talk to it? Oh, come on.
No.
And Nagi.
Yeah, you know I'm gonna arcane mark double swing on this guy.
He might live.
He won't.
Just
Yeah, maybe we should, me and Elson put that on our characters list. Arachnophobia.
mhm.
You really want to give her that kind of power over you?
Nah,
Okay. Yeah.
he has it more.
I had to hit a crit on 15. I have to hit a crit at some point.
Alrighty. You crit. You kill it. And you guys are out of combat, so I know that some of you have to work in the morning, so we can call it here.
Nice.
It's evening right now, right?
Hmm?
Evening right now?
Yep. It's dawn. It's dawn or dusk? When is it at the end of the day? Is dusk or dawn?
Dusk is the end of the day.
So it's dusk. Yes.
Oh,
Okay, so shall we set up camp right here then?
Yes, set up camp in the middle of the forest with the giant spiders. That sounds like a great idea.
We're just going further into the forest full of giant spiders.
Well, how far from not being in the forest were we?
We were just on the edge of it. I guess, I mean, it's clear of spiders now. Because you guys killed them.
Now, yeah. Now. Question mark. Now.
We could use the silk as bedding.
I'd say
But,
we walk about a half hour out of the forest and then make camp there
Fair enough.
instead of
So-
next to the trail of dead bodies.
Dad, can you drag one of the ogre spiders back out of the forest, please?
No.
You're gonna reanimate a spider, aren't you?
Sure.
Thank you. And my
How much damage do I have to cause with a fireball to incinerate a corpse? I have to draw the line somewhere, and this is it.
do you know how useful that could ride it?
Are we resting?
Denied.
And are we gonna have to share potions with Shad? Because I don't think resting would heal him full.
Okay, Mandy, if you wanted to be creative here, you can grab some of the dead parts and add that into your skeleton spider. I got a very good picture for what that would look like.
Absolutely,
is-
yes. If Shad's up for it, then he can help Clay carry the parts out to the edge of the forest.
Where we use our fireball.
You're bloodied, right?
How about that? Is that nightmare fuel enough?
Let's see. The spiders were right about on top of each other, so 20-foot aura should catch them.
For chat to see.
This is not up for group discussion.
I know it's not up for group discussion. That's why I'm making the statement.
Can you guys see it? Can chat? I don't know if chat can see it. Hang on.
Undead spiders is where I draw the
Hang
line.
on. Hang on.
And I know Elson's gonna back me up on this one.
Oh,
Oh,
Here we
right,
go.
because that scares me.
that thing. That's what Mandy's putting together.
Kinda don't like spiders as well, but they are useful.
See, yes, wouldn't you rather have them on our side?
I wonder if they retain their silk producing.
Definitely not. They'll just have bite and two claws.
And this is where we swap out the scimitar for the adamantine ring.
They won't be spiders, they'll be zombies.
Oh, zombie spiders. That's even better. Let's see if I can find a zombie spider.
And no.
No.
How does camping work again? Because I think Shad would need extra healing. I know I have a couple extra potions Elson gave me last session.
I have 4 cure moderates left.
I put up with Timmy, which was one thing. Then I put up with the undead army, which was another thing. 8-legged freaks, I draw the line at.
Well, you have a forearm freak that saved your asses just now.
That's up for debate.
I can give you an extra cure moderate.
Oh, I found a better spider that you can make, Mandy.
Because you took a lot from me.
I will kill all spiders with extreme.
Would that be
prejudice.
better, Mandy? That one right there.
Yes, I
Friendly.
love it.
And for chat to
You
see.
want to take another cure moderate?
Let me
in
pull
your
it up, hang on.
satchel?
Nagi, what if I knock a couple of legs off? Will that make you feel better?
All right, for chat to see. Look at that.
Well, that's the most I'm going to do, so you're going to have to get used to it.
You raise it from the dead. I put it back down. That's how this works.
There are plenty of bodies. You will run out of spells eventually.
You underestimate my power.
Guess that was the potion.
Yeah, that was just one from my
I would put on
stash.
the Jewel of the Fates, but I guarantee you Disney would shut us down.
Yeah, I just gave you one, so I guess you can add it back.
Okay.
If you do happen to try to bring one of these back, they're gonna have a special ability to them, but we'll probably get to that next time. They're pretty much there when they open their mouth. Little spiders come out of it, little undead spiders too.
You die, and they do as well.
Every part of this is amazing.
No, they were. I will cast so many fireballs, there will be a crater left over.
This would be a good time to say that they're immune to
Dude,
fireball.
I'm
Immune to fire.
They're not. Don't even go there.
going
You-
good with animals?
Wait until Elson is asleep and raise it right next to him.
Yes.
Okay, now you're.
Okay, now Chad is saying that looks pretty small for ogre spider, but keep in mind that is the head of an ogre, not an actual human skull. The one that I posted in Discord, so somebody in chat said that it was too
Oh.
small, but the second one that I posted, that's the head of an ogre, not a regular human skull.
I'm putting the limit no more than 6 legs and 1 fang on any undead creatures.
Fine.
You do you, undead lady. You don't answer to
Yeah,
him.
that's the thing that's been fighting alongside you guys this whole time, and you guys don't seem to mind that at all.
That doesn't have 6 legs and more than 1 fang.
It has a lot of pokebits.
I support undead lady's right to have whatever undead she wants. Stop her if
Appreciate
you want
that.
to.
She's free. Let me be perfectly clear. She's free to raise up what she wants, just like I'm free to put it back down as I want.
This is why I don't usually travel with groups. It is easier to just give her little compromises and make her think she's won.
Nice.
I'm thankful that you're with us.
I don't have to make a comeback to that. I can kill this whole army and still have time left over for dinner. And she knows it.
Yes, you're very impressive.
Oh god.
There you go, somebody in chat found a zombie spider, if you want the link to it.
Falcon, I swear to God, I will petition for a ban.
Here we go, there's a zombie spider for Discord. Perfect.
Where's El? The one time I want Elson around.
Elson would be screaming right now if he was here. He is absolutely terrified of spiders.
Elton would be on my side. He'd be stalling Midro while I take out the rest of them.
Just make the icon like the spider from an Eric Carle book or something, so it's
What?
not scary. You never read Eric Carle books as a kid? The Hungry Little Caterpillar?
No.
Well,
We
what's
talking
that,
about the very lonely flyer fight was very nightmare fuelish.
child song, something about the spider and the
Oh, they're
bag over
cute.
the
I
rain?
like them. The very busy spider. I like it. It's very adorable for a spider.
The itsy bitsy spider.
All right, Yellow Lady, need to say goodnight.
Yeah, we call it here. We'll we'll prepare the discussion for next time.
Yeah, we'll argue this. Right now, she's outnumbered 4-1.
It seems like four.
I'm kind of neutral after she decided to try to scare my brother,
Yeah,
though.
Shad doesn't seem to mind either.
Where did you go in the army?
Well, no, but it's like me. Wait, Nosk, I thought you said you were you were on against it.
Mostly I am, but
Okay. So 3.5 then. Me, Nosk, Elson, and my sword. We all vote nay.
All right.
I think if your sword gets a vote, my axe does too.
Unlike your axe, my sword is actually alive.
I don't care.
Either way, our side is still
My
hot.
axe is equally capable of making you dead, so.
Challenge accepted.
flaming arms.
Meanwhile, the dead spiders
They're
are like, "What were your joke to you?"
Wait, what'd you say?
Meanwhile, the dead spiders are like, "Wait, what are we, a joke to you?"
The dead don't get a vote.
Oh, they do.
They do not. The Voting Rights Act of 2893 specifically said no undead.
Wow, there's some pretty terrifying spiders in Pathfinder. I'm looking at some of the pictures here, like, good lord.
Yeah, you've actually had a couple of those. Let's see, the phase spider, the ogre spider. I can only imagine the next thing that's gonna pop out.
Falcon in chat says, "You are all evil, and she is gaining strength in evil." I love it. It's a good suggestion. Anyway, we're gonna call it here, guys. Thank you all for playing. As always, thank you guys for being here. We are gonna pick this up next time. Whether you guys decide to follow the trail of bodies and see where this leads, or keep going towards your destination. We're gonna figure out next time. But just please let me know in Discord so I can plan accordingly.
I take it you want us to get to level 8.
No, it's not necessary. This is completely off. You guys are in open world land, so I have prepared.
Well, you did say we need 323 experience, and that's why you threw the gaggle of
Well, that's why you guys need to get to level 7, because you guys are short just a little bit. So that's why I give you the little bit.
You've been at level 7.
Right, because I miscounted because I did the math again. So you guys were just off by a little bit. That's why I gave you the little rogue encounter. They were just enough to get you to level 7.
Got my hopes up and dragged them all the way back down.
So, alright guys, everybody have a good night. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being here. And as always, thank you Falcon for all the awesome artwork. It's really cool of you.
You shut off the stream.
Or thereabouts.
And we're offline.